And now it's time to get you ready for the match with the Phoenix Rising pregame warm-up on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
The month of September. No true six-pointers tonight, but Phoenix Rising once again in the midst of Western Conference competition against the new-look Las Vegas Lights. While the visitors still sing Viva for their new manager, Rising will look to sing Viva to sweep to close out a three-match homestand with 3 points tonight. Good evening, everyone. Alongside Ryan Sikora, I'm Mahir Sinhasan. You're listening to the Phoenix Rising pregame warm-up on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network and KDUS AM 1060. Ryan, Dollar Beer Night. It's one of the biggest things, one of the biggest promotions that Phoenix Rising has done over the past few years. Always draws a lot of fans, and we're hoping that we're going to have a great atmosphere tonight as well.
It's truly the tradition, I think, when you put it that way, for this club, Mahir. When you think about what this team is, it's the Dollar Beer Night frenzy, the craze that happened a couple of years back, and this centralized location has been able to give it to us once again in 2024 and now 2025. And it does present an opportunity for this Phoenix Rising team tonight to put on a show against a team that has frankly struggled throughout the course of this season.
Putting on a show. That's what they did at the start of this promotion. 15 consecutive wins. Ever since then, died down a little bit, but Phoenix Rising still getting results overall. That's what they did last week against El Paso Locomotive, the second match of this homestand. Overall, a pretty interesting game. Phoenix Rising starting out at the breaks, getting some goals early with Isan Sacco, and then Darius Johnson with a goal of the week candidate. Did not win, but necessarily still did pretty well to find his way from the midway point in towards the back of the net, but then things started to unravel in the 63rd minute. Acela Senge sent off with a red card, even though Pamaduka brings in Rafael Chihos, makes his Phoenix Rising debut, and Pop Marboy back into the lineup. It wasn't enough for El Paso, who continued to just wither away, got the equalizer in the 9th minute of second half stoppage time. Just a rough game overall, Ryan, but Paul looks at it with a few more positives than before.
It's a microcosm of this Phoenix Rising season, to put it frankly, right? You start off so strong. The attacking flair that's displayed by Phoenix often has been the story this season for Rising, but then you have the back end of a young team, a Senge, a young player making a mistake that he can't make. He can't go into that challenge. His coach says so himself in the post-game press conference, and it does all unravel from there for Phoenix, who make the change. They go negative. They're up 3 goals down a man. Any team in the world makes that decision, and it just doesn't fall their way on the night. They could have controlled that game better. That will feel like a massive loss, even though it's a draw on the record sheet. But going forward now, that's the second time this year that they've had that kind of lesson. You cannot make mistakes 3 times over the course of the season, the same one. That's the thing for me. So many positives that will carry over into this one tonight and hopefully the playoffs later down, but just too many negatives that will continue to persist for Phoenix as this season goes on if they don't right the ship.
Phoenix Rising, again, getting a draw off of that one. They enter tonight's match 5th in the West with 29 points, 7 wins, 8 draws, and 7 losses. But like you mentioned, Ryan, if that team wins against El Paso, things may change. They could be hosting a playoff match should things change, and if the season ended overall today. With that, let's give you our starting lineups here on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network. Again, Pamaduka going with a 4-3-3, as you can see yourself if you're tuning in on the social media pages. Patrick Borkowski will once again get the start in net. The back line will be Daniel Flores. At the left back, Rafael Chihos will make his first start in red and black. Pop Marboy, the captain, back in the lineup at right center back. Pierce Rizzo, the right back. In the midfield, Hope Avievu at the 10, JP Skierce at the 6. A different change, though, at the 8 with Sion Emmers getting the start over Noble Akello, who is currently serving a yellow card suspension. Up top, Darius Johnson and Isan Sacco, like we mentioned, the goal scorers last Saturday. They'll be starting on the wings. Darius on the left, Isan on the right, and Remy Cabral, who took a back seat, if you will, in that match against El Paso, will start at the 9. But for you, Ryan, especially with Noble out of this match, you want to take a look at JP Skiers.
Well, it's not just Noble Okello, right? There's center back pairing for Phoenix Rising in this one tonight. No Carl Saint, no Asela Senge, the red card for Senge last week. Saint away with Haiti on international duty. So everybody around JP Skiers is in a different spot, which means the number 6 tonight for Phoenix Rising, who will wear 17 in red, has to step up. He has to be a stronger defensive presence, both in space, covering side to side, out of the air, as he's always good in that towering presence there, but also on the ball. Okello's not the greatest player on the ball, but he does provide himself often, which means JP Skiers is just going to have to do a little bit more tonight because Xion Emmers likes to stretch a little bit higher than Noble Okello does. So more work tonight for JP Skiers.
JP Skiers, who has played 1,320 straight minutes since April 16th. Their U.S. Open Cup match against FC Tulsa went 0 for 8 on duels versus El Paso Locomotive. Again, a bench for Phoenix Rising with Colin Smith back in the 18, if you will, Charlie Dennis, Tristan Henry, Ryan Flood, and a couple of academy players too, Alexander Balanzar de la Cruz, and Anthony Capetillo. For Las Vegas Lights, moving from a 3-4-3 with Antonio Nocerino to a 4-2-3-1 under their new man, former Charleston Battery assistant Devin Rensing. They will end up like this. Raiko Rosarena, the man of the match against Lexington SC last Saturday, will once again start in goal. Gennaro Michael Nigro back in the starting lineup will be the left back. The center back pairing, Anthony Herbert and Elias Gartig. Yunus Budadi, once again serving a yellow card suspension last week, will reprise his role at right back. The double pivot in the midfield, Christopher Pearson and Patrick Leal, the Portuguese man. The attacking midfield going from left to right, Mackenzie Gaines, Knight Pickering, and the MLS veteran Tommy McNamara. Johnny Rodriguez will once again get the start up top. Brian, Tommy McNamara, a guy with a lot of experience in Major League Soccer. Again, started with NYCFC back in 2015. Great guy for Las Vegas to pick up.
You don't look past him on the team sheet at this level. 236 Major League Soccer appearances, scored 21 goals. He will be in that double pivot for Phoenix, or for Las Vegas Lights, I should say, here in this one tonight. He'll play next to Chris Pearson. They have become, Las Vegas, this immensely sturdy team in this 4-2-3-1 low block over the last couple of weeks. McNamara, the key piece to that, will get forward, will tuck in, will pick up the ball, stir the drink defensively for them, and when they're trying to build, and then he can create chances going forward. He does it all for Devin Rensing.
A healthy bench for Las Vegas Lights. Nicholas Amador, the backup goalkeeper, Nate Jones, who got a start last week, he'll be on the bench. Biggest thing for Las Vegas Lights, Giorgio Probo, who signed with the club on September 3rd, 2 days ago, as an option for 2026. He's on the bench, comes over from Halifax Wanderers in the Canadian Premier League. So with that, we send it down to the third member of our broadcast team, Kevin Cardez. Kevin, how are you doing on this fine Friday?
I'm doing pretty good, Mihir. It's a good dollar beer night.
Well, it's an interesting game overall for Phoenix, trying to get some players back. What does the injury report look like?
Well, the injury report for Phoenix is as it has been for the last month and change, maybe even 2 months. It's deep. Mohamed Traore is still missing with that long-term knee injury. Damian Rivera is still missing as well. Carl Fred Saint went out for international duty with Haiti. He's on the squad and on the bench today. He might make an appearance tonight. Calvin Arce, who had 2 assists last week, he's also out tonight. Noble Okello serving a yellow card suspension, and Asela Senge serving in a suspension for a red card that he received after a double yellow last week is also missing, as well as Academy kid turned professional Jamison Ping. They have lost a lot of professionals to the injury report. They still have a deeper bench than they've had at times, but this squad is thinner than it has been before.
Taking a look at Vegas again, Devin Rensing coming in with multiple places he's been to, a plethora of experience with Ben Pierman, one of the best coaches in the USL Championship right now. What does that Vegas team look like? What is the energy around that side right now?
Well, it's all Devin Rensing, and everything turned around when he came to the team. He's only lost 1 game. He has 3 positive results in his time so far with Vegas. That's a win and 2 draws. And their form is the best it's been over the last 4 weeks, as it has been the entire season. They're slowly putting it together. We've talked about this before, Mahir. Phoenix tends to run into teams that have had poor slides when they just start to get things together. It happened on the road in Lexington. It's happening here at home again, 38th in Washington against Las Vegas. That's not to say this isn't a team that Phoenix can beat, but this is a recurring theme all year long. Devin Rensing was also one of the assistant coaches for Charleston Battery when they lost their title-winning attempt against this Phoenix Rising team on the road in Patriots Point. Devin Rensing has experience coaching against Phoenix Rising. We'll see if that comes to fruition tonight.
And with that Phoenix Rising team, Kev, they made a big signing this week. Another player added in this transfer transfer window as they try and build the squad for the tail end of the season. Jean-Eric Morceau, can you tell me more about him?
Listen, Jean-Eric Morceau is exactly what they think that they need to propel the team to the next level. They have often looked for a deeper lying midfielder, but someone who can play centrally through the midfield to break up these blocks that Phoenix Rising has run into over the last few months. Teams like to get and sit in a mid to low block against Phoenix and dare them to break that pressure. Jean-Eric Morceau is a destroyer. He's not a shuttler. He is an absolute destroyer in the midfield. He's going to crunch and tackle. He's going to win duels, but he's also going to try to progress the ball through his own feet. He's talented. He's young. He's creative. When he finally makes his way to Phoenix, it should be pretty interesting.
And he's one of the players that is joining this Phoenix Rising side in hopes of next year. We'll take a quick break here on this Dollar Beer Night from 38th and Washington. When we come back, we sit down with Kelvin Arase, who, like Kevin said, is unavailable for tonight's match, but has still made his impact since joining the club a couple of weeks ago. Stay tuned, folks. You're listening to the Phoenix Rising pregame warm-up on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Suzuchuku's in. Arteaga!
You're listening to Rising Radio, home of the 2023 USL champions.
Bliss and a burst of red smoke. Phoenix Rising, our home. Welcome to 38th and Washington.
Stick around for more as our broadcast continues.
Join in on the Sports Zoo on your ride home from work with Dave Rooster Bierstein. Join Rooster as he lays down what's happening around sports and makes it clear what's on his mind.
Oh my.
Catch the day's craziest stories and some of the latest numbers from the sports books across the valley. The Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a wild option.
Weekdays 5 to 6 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. Attention all clones. The Jim Rome Show is here for you every day here on KDUS AM 1060.
Lots to get done. Welcome to the program.
Listen in as Rome dives into the biggest sports headlines of the day. From final scores, player contracts and trades, team prospects, and even a spicy take or two. The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. every weekday here on KDUS AM 1060.
That's the trick.
Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app. James Out West, your home for sports down here in the desert. Join James and Pat the Stat Guy as they recap the weekend and dive deep into the numbers for the NFL, NBA, college sports, and more.
That's 5 seasons of 1,200 yards.
Player stats, team numbers, and contracts are just the start of the discussion for James and Pat.
He started 815 career games. He threw 749 complete games.
There's no hiding when it comes to stats. It's James Out West every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. Each day at work just dragging on. Get your sports fix on the lunch break. Join Chris Schubert and producer Evan live as they give their local perspective on the world of sports. Baseball, football, and basketball. Everything has a home on their plate. It's the lunch break with Chris Schubert, live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060, on the KDUS 1060 app, and KDUS 1060 on YouTube.
Buying a house can seem almost impossible, especially today. But with the right agent in your corner, it makes the challenge seem effortless. Hi, I'm Connor Cochran with Good Oak Real Estate, your go-to agent in the Valley. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Because finding the perfect home shouldn't be stressful, it should be exciting. Call 480-688-3200 today. Again, that's 480-688-3200. Let's have the conversation.
Hey Phoenix Rising fans, this is Discount Tire, your hometown tire retailer and trusted partner on the road for over 65 years. We know it can be overwhelming when buying tires, but we're here to help. Our online tire buying guide, Treadwell, makes finding the right tire simple. Just plug in your vehicle, location, and driving habits, and Treadwell will give you unbiased, personalized recommendations based on your needs, not based on price. Inviting, easy, and safe. Just how tire buying should be. Shop tires with Treadwell at discounttire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
And now it's time to get you ready for the match with the Phoenix Rising pregame warm-up on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Phoenix Rising pregame warm-up show on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network. Mihir Hassan, Ryan Sikora, joined by one of Phoenix Rising's newest signings, Kelvin Arasa, the Nigerian-born, Austria-raised winger. Kelvin, how are you getting adjusted to the heat? You talked about that a week ago, but of course, with temperatures above 100 degrees, kind of a transition for you, I'd say?
Yes, it is, because I've never trained at this kind of heat. I've been in Nigeria a couple of times. It's hot, but never trained there, so I mean, you can't really get adjusted to the heat. You just have to suck it out, basically.
Well, you've been with the club now officially for a couple of weeks or so. How would you say you're getting accustomed to the squad and how the team plays in general?
Oh, I really get in fast because all the players really take me with open hands. And the team, I think everybody knows we have a good quality team. We just have to trying to make my point, but I think we're going in a good way, so make that happen.
You mentioned last week that you had a conversation with Pa and some of the front office in this Phoenix Rising staff. What sold you on coming here to Phoenix?
I think both what Pa said and what Bobby said. It was just like, okay, I want to come here and try to rebuild myself to get better, and also trying to help the club to get where they want to be.
Well, taking a look at your most recent performances, 2 assists last week against El Paso Locomotive. The first one a little bit more immediate in the box, the second one passing it off to Darius Johnson, who went on an incredible dribble.
Yeah.
What would you say your role is in the forward department, and how accustomed are you getting with playing in that position?
I think I don't know, depends of the side of the 2 assists. I think for I'm really criticizing about myself. I think it was a medium game because I didn't really have a lot of offensive action. It was more like you had to start to adjust to the team, because training and game is 2 type of different. So I was just trying to make the basics, try to help my fullback, try to press as part of the team want. Also try to bring my what I've learned in Europe, every club I've been, to bring that. So I think it's just step by step, so the team know how I am and I know how the team is.
Another thing you spoke about last week was your preference for playing on the left rather than the right. So walk us through that, because to our understanding, when they signed you, it was kind of maybe this idea that you would be the right winger. You've played, I think, more often or not on the right the last game, but then you played the first game on the left. So what's the difference between the 2 there for you?
I think the difference is for every right foot player to play on the right, it's like you just have one option basically. You have to go on the line. But I'm lucky that I'm also not bad with my left foot, so I can a little bit go in the middle and try to shoot. But for every right foot player who play on the right wing, it's just like you have this just one option. But also depends how you make it.
So when you say you have one option, when you're sat there on the touchline, you're a right-footed player, everybody kind of knows, open the hips, go down the line, try and use pace to get to the byline, create something. Right? What is maybe your first goal? What's the thing in your mind when you see the ball come into your feet? You've got a defender 1v1 with you. Maybe if you're on the line, you've got a fullback coming on the underlap or a 9 checking. What's going through your head, and what is your preferred decision in kind of that space? Maybe in the middle of the field where it's like, I've got to try to go to goal, but we've got to keep the ball.
Yeah, I'm basically trying to go to the middle so the fullback can overlap, or I should say the 9 can come, we can do a 1-2 and 9 can go, but basically I'm just trying to stay in the middle so the defender don't know if I'm going in the inside or the outside. So I'm trying to be a little bit tricky about things. So basically I'm just trying to stay in the middle.
So a game like last week maybe, where you've got Sako as the number 9, you go to the middle, but you know Sako has all that ability to go out wide. How fluid can you be when maybe you say, hey, I've got the ball, I'm going to go into the middle, we're going to get an overlap, but then I've got a number 9 who can go swap with me, and what's that like?
I think it's good, but as I said, it's like training with the team and playing with the team are 2 different things. I spoke a couple of days with Sako, so just tell him like how if I'm with the ball, what I would like to see from him. Like sometimes it can come and something can go. Also depends which position I am, where I get the ball. It's just like we have to, let's say, test each other out, how we both play or make a decision.
And then the player you maybe indirectly replaced in the squad is Jura Margarita, who was a big character in the team, smiley, bubbly personality. Have they asked you? You're a quieter guy, I think, is my first response. So, what's that like to maybe step into that role, knowing, hey, this guy was super loud, but it's not me. I'm gonna fit into the team the way I want to.
Well, I think, as I said, I'm like the chiller guy. Like to smile as well, but it's just like it's two different personality. I cannot be like him. He cannot be like me. So I think I'm bringing what I can bring, and I'm trying to do the best of it. Yeah.
Final question for you. You talked about the conversation that you had with Pa in the front office, and then you have a match tonight against Las Vegas Lights. One, what will it take for you guys to pull off the victory, and what does it say about this club and the ability to go forward potentially into postseason play?
Yeah, I think we have to be more patient. Like the last game, we weren't that patient. Some time of actions. We have to try to be more patient, and hopefully, if we are up, we should secure the game and hopefully just take let the 3 points at home.
Well, we're on the business side of the stretch. So Phoenix Rising taking on Las Vegas Lights tonight. He's Kelvin Arase alongside me, Hirson Hassan and Ryan Sikora. You're tuning in to the Phoenix Rising pregame warm-up show on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network. When we come back, we'll give you our keys to the match.
Suzuchuku's in. Arteaga!
You're listening to Rising Radio, home of the 2023 USL champions.
Bliss and a burst of red smoke. Phoenix Rising, our home. Welcome to 38th and Washington.
Stick around for more as our broadcast continues.
Join in on the Sports Zoo on your ride home from work with Dave Rooster Bierstein. Join Rooster as he lays down what's happening around sports and makes it clear what's on his mind.
Oh my.
Catch the day's craziest stories and some of the latest numbers from the sports books across the valley. The Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a wild option.
Weekdays 5 to 6 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. Attention all clones. The Jim Rome Show is here for you every day here on KDUS AM 1060.
Lots to get done. Welcome to the program.
Listen in as Rome dives into the biggest sports headlines of the day. From final scores, player contracts and trades, team prospects, and even a spicy take or two. The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. every weekday here on KDUS AM 1060.
That's the trick.
Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app. James Out West, your home for sports down here in the desert. Join James and Pat the Stat Guy as they recap the weekend and dive deep into the numbers for the NFL, NBA, college sports, and more.
That's 5 seasons of 1,200 yards.
Player stats, team numbers, and contracts are just the start of the discussion for James and Pat.
He started 815 career games. He threw 749 complete games.
There's no hiding when it comes to stats. It's James Out West every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. Each day at work just dragging on. Get your sports fix on the lunch break. Join Chris Schubert and producer Evan live as they give their local perspective on the world of sports. Baseball, football, and basketball. Everything has a home on their plate. It's the lunch break with Chris Schubert, live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060, on the KDUS 1060 app, and KDUS 1060 on YouTube.
Buying a house can seem almost impossible, especially today. But with the right agent in your corner, it makes the challenge seem effortless. Hi, I'm Connor Cochran with Good Oak Real Estate, your go-to agent in the Valley. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Because finding the perfect home shouldn't be stressful, it should be exciting. Call 480-688-3200 today. Again, that's 480-688-3200. Let's have the conversation.
Hey, Phoenix Rising fans. This is Discount Tire, your hometown tire retailer and trusted partner on the road for over 65 years. We know it can be overwhelming when buying tires, but we're here to help. Our online tire buying guide, Treadwell, makes finding the right tire simple. Just plug in your vehicle, location, and driving habits, and Treadwell will give you unbiased, personalized recommendations based on your needs, not based on price. Inviting, easy, and safe. Just how tire buying should be. Shop tires with Treadwell at discounttire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
You're listening to the pregame warm-up on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Minutes away from kickoff here from 38th and Washington, Dollar Beer Night as Phoenix Rising takes on Las Vegas Lights FC. Mihir Sinhasan, Ryan Sikora back with you. As we get into our keys to the match, Ryan, we'll start off with Phoenix. It's about keeping the score in early.
Yeah, Mihir, you'd think for Phoenix it'd be defensive after all the goals they've conceded this year, but I love the rhythm that Rising has played with from the front of games the last couple of weeks. If you continue to score goals early, set the tempo early as Phoenix has the last 2 weekends here at home, then they should at some point start to see results yielded out of that. Score again in the first 15 minutes. Get this game going against the Las Vegas team that can't quite score enough to save themselves.
They've done that over the past 2 games. They've picked up results in both of those matches. For Las Vegas, it's about eliminating the progression through the middle.
Yeah, we talked about Tommy McNamara a little bit earlier on, that double pivot that he'll play with next to Chris Pearson. When Las Vegas, the last couple of weeks, have been successful, Mihir, defensively, it has been because the middle of the pitch has been so tight and compact because of what Las Vegas has been able to do with Pat Leao joining in into a deeper lying pivot. The wingers can press, but also condense. If they can cut it out through the middle portion of the pitch, Phoenix is a good team out wide, but they do want to at least progress the ball to start through the middle. So if Vegas can force them into wider areas, force crosses in, I think Las Vegas is going to be happy tonight.
It's all about Devin Rensing ball for Las Vegas Lights right now. Rensing 2 wins and 3 draws all time versus Phoenix Rising going back to his time with Memphis and Charleston.
Yeah.
A lot more attacking presence, if you will, for this Vegas side.
Yeah, they should at least. Now, he's shown up and the numbers have been a lot better underlying attacking. They've not quite progressed to the actual real tangible stuff going forward, but that's because Devin Rensing has been so focused on Las Vegas Lights' attack. Attack in the defensive sense, right? They want to press, they want to cut you off, they want to fix the things that Antonio Nocerino could not get right with this Las Vegas Lights team at the beginning of the season. That's the big one. But he does come, as we talked about so much in this pregame show, from that tree of Ben Pierman ball that wants to have it, wants to score, wants to create, wants to be free-flowing. But I think that's a 2026 thing for Las Vegas. Fixing the short term, finding the immediate solution, as they still, in their minds, can chase down a playoff spot. Keep in mind, they're only 6 points behind Phoenix Rising coming into this one today. So if Las Vegas can win, all of a sudden they're within touching distance of this very Phoenix team. It's a 6-pointer for Lights. They will have all the energy, all the intensity to search for that tonight. I think they've got the pieces that Devin Rensing wants to work around, and they'll do a good job.
How do you think tonight's Lights look different compared to the May 28th Lights that faced Rising in Vegas?
I mean, certainly more organized. Now, that Lights team on that night was a pretty organized version of themselves, for my mind. That being said, there's better principles. They're smarter players. They're using profiles in a much more preferred method. You look at Tommy McNamara, who's not this box-to-box player. That's where Nocerino, he wasn't a player under Nocerino, but that's where Nocerino would have tried to peg him. Pat Leao was the same type of thing. Pat Leao's a smoother operator, someone who can be good on the half turn, finding the spaces. So you play him as the 10, but you have that fluid relationship with McNamara, who's much more direct, wants to run at you, wants to find corners, wants to find through balls. And then you look at the back line. The Anthony Herbert move was a little bit maligned because of who he was swapped for, Valentin Noel. But Anthony Herbert is the best partner that Elias Gartig has had in his time in Las Vegas, and that center back partnership has spurred on a lot of their defensive success over the last couple of weekends.
Both teams trying to continue a result last week. Phoenix trying to wrap up a 3-game homestand. Vegas trying to get out of the Western Conference basement. Kickoff just a few moments away on the other side of this break. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Phoenix Rising pregame warm-up show on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Suzuchuku's in. Arteaga!
You're listening to Rising Radio, home of the 2023 USL Champions.
Phoenix Rising, our home. Welcome to 38th and Washington.
Stick around for more as our broadcast continues.
Join in on the Sports Zoo on your ride home from work with Dave Rooster Bierstein. Join Rooster as he lays down what's happening around sports and makes it clear what's on his mind.
Oh my.
Catch the day's craziest stories and some of the latest numbers from the sports books across the valley. The Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a wild option.
Weekdays 5 to 6 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. Attention all clones. The Jim Rome Show is here for you every day here on KDUS AM 1060.
Lots to get done. Welcome to the program.
Listen in as Rome dives into the biggest sports headlines of the day. From final scores, player contracts and trades, team prospects, and even a spicy take or two. The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. every weekday here on KDUS AM 1060.
That's the trick.
Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app. James Out West, your home for sports down here in the desert. Join James and Pat the Stat Guy as they recap the weekend and dive deep into the numbers for the NFL, NBA, college sports, and more.
That's 5 seasons of 1,200 yards.
Player stats, team numbers, and contracts are just the start of the discussion for James and Pat.
He started 815 career games. He threw 749 complete games.
There's no hiding when it comes to stats. It's James Out West every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. Each day at work just dragging on. Get your sports fix on the lunch break. Join Chris Schubert and producer Evan live as they give their local perspective on the world of sports. Baseball, football, and basketball. Everything has a home on their plate. It's the lunch break with Chris Schubert, live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060, on the KDUS 1060 app, and KDUS 1060 on YouTube.
Buying a house can seem almost impossible, especially today. But with the right agent in your corner, it makes the challenge seem effortless. Hi, I'm Connor Cochran with Good Oak Real Estate, your go-to agent in the Valley. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Because finding the perfect home shouldn't be stressful, it should be exciting. Call 480-688-3200 today. Again, that's 480-688-3200. Let's have the conversation.
Hey Phoenix Rising fans, this is Discount Tire, your hometown tire retailer and trusted partner on the road for over 65 years. We know it can be overwhelming when buying tires, but we're here to help. Our online tire buying guide, Treadwell, makes finding the right tires simple. Just plug in your vehicle, location, and driving habits, and Treadwell will give you unbiased, personalized recommendations based on your needs, not based on price. Inviting, easy, and safe. Just how tire buying should be. Shop tires with Treadwell at discounttire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
Let's get into the action. Phoenix Rising Soccer, live now on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Friday Night Lights against Las Vegas Lights here from 38th and Washington. Phoenix Rising against Las Vegas. Two teams facing the pressures of the Western Conference and looking for a much-needed 3 points. Good evening, everyone. Mahirson Hassan, Ryan Sikora up in the booth with you. We're now joined by the third member of our broadcast team, Kevin Cardez. Kevin, a Phoenix side that is in much need of 3 points tonight before going on the road.
Listen, guys, it doesn't get much more important than this. With Sacramento looming just next week, they're going to have to go on the road for the first time in 3 weeks. Phoenix Rising needs 3 points right now to end their homestand right, finish with 3 straight positive results at home, but most importantly, get ready to face the hottest team in the Western Conference Finals in just 7 days.
All right, thank you, Kevin, as the players are making their way onto the pitch. Phoenix Rising moving from right to left in this first half will be in the all-red kits, their home kits. Las Vegas on the other side, moving from left to right in the all-light blue, if you will. Patrick Rakowski, the goalkeeper for Phoenix, in the all-black. Raiko Rosarena, the Las Vegas Lights goalkeeper, in the highlighter yellow.
It's a pretty old blue, ain't it?
Pretty good blue. Light blue.
Las Vegas, both these teams really tonight, Mahir, looking to start off on the correct foot. Phoenix has been great at that over the last couple of weeks, starting well, starting strong, scoring early. Lights looking to get some offense going in the correct direction. They'll have a chance tonight to do that. If it's me, I'm looking at this game. First 15 minutes, both these teams establish possession, take your chances, look to score early on.
So correction earlier, Phoenix will be moving from left to right, Vegas right to left as both of them make their way onto the pitch. The officials tonight, referee Christian Campo Hernandez, his assistants Noah Kenyawani and Benjamin Davis. The fourth official on the near side touchline, Alan Martinez Espinosa. Ball in the center circle, both teams in a huddle right now. Vegas will be attacking the north side, Phoenix towards their supporters in the Banditos. That's how it was on September 28th, 2024, a 2-1 win for Las Vegas Lights here at 38th and Washington. A Vegas side that scored twice in stoppage time to steal 3 points against a Phoenix Rising side in much need of it.
Doesn't that feel like it's just been the story all year for this Phoenix Rising team? We mentioned starting well, but you need a 90-minute performance. They've put together really one of those, Mahir, all year. That was the Colorado Springs game that started this homestand. Bookending it tonight for Phoenix has to be the big thing on the mind of Pamadou Khan Company.
So it'll be Remy Cabral to take the kickoff here. All the Phoenix players in between the midway point and the halfway line. Hype video quiets down. Cabral actually now walking back towards JP Skiers to talk some tactics. As it is right now, Phoenix Rising 5th in the West, Vegas 12th. Two teams with playoff aspirations. 3 points tonight would be crucial. Awaiting the ref's whistle. In the green tops, black shorts, black shots. Black socks, I should say. It'll be Cabral and Avievu now in the center circle. Avievu will back away, whistle blows. We're underway as Cabral glides this over towards the near side, out on the near side byline immediately, not even 5 seconds in, and Raiko Arosarena has a goal kick.
The good old PSG, how about it? I think that's a signal of intent early on from Phoenix, looking to put Las Vegas Lights under pressure as much as they can with their press. Gartig Herbert, good defensive center backs, not the best ball at feet. Maybe that's a look-see into the future for Phoenix Rising defensively in this one.
Arosarena places the ball down left of center in the 6. His right heel on the near side byline, puts his right foot through the ball, sent over the halfway line over the center circle. Skiers gets his head to it, plays it into the center circle, ball bouncing there. JP Skiers again winning a midfield challenge, lofts it up, and once again Arosarena collects in his 18. But you mentioned, Ryan, JP Skiers getting some touches as a Phoenix Rising player is down.
It's Darius Johnson, it looks like, just in the center circle, holding the small of his back. I think you were going down the JP Skiers route there. If Rising is going to press Mahir, and Las Vegas is going to counter that by going long more consistently, that does make the role that JP Skiers has to possess in that 6 through the air even more vital than we talked about in the pregame show. He's just going to have to dictate and control the tempo both on the ground and through the sky. This is early action for the Physio team.
Johnson still remaining down. Minute 30 into this match, 0-0 between Phoenix and Las Vegas. And Darius Johnson, who scored the 3rd goal for Phoenix Rising against El Paso on Saturday night, face down on the ground. Physio for Phoenix Rising, Greg Spence out on the pitch. Isan Sacco currently taking a knee next to him.
It's so interesting as well, that goal last week from DJ. He does something similar in the New Mexico game. Earlier on in the year, goes on that mazy run, scores the goal, his first for the club. He's grown into his role as the left-sided winger for this Phoenix Rising team at the beginning of the year opposite Gerald Margarita, and now with Kelvin Arase arriving, there's a vision into him potentially being the right winger in a direct swap with Margarita. You'd be very happy with the last couple of games with Darius Johnson in that left side of the attack.
So Johnson will hobble off towards the far sideline. Heaped over right now. The Physio will check in on him as Christian Campo Hernandez drops the ball down, and Vegas gets us back underway. On the left side, Gennaro Michael Nigro checking in. Still on the near side, played over right of center, chested down. It's Herbert. Out towards the far side again for Las Vegas. 12th in the West, trying to get 3 points, trying to build on that after a 3-game win streak back in June. Their only true win streak of the season so far. Gartic just shy of the halfway line, left of center. Plays it across the timeline. Getting some touches here. Johnny Rodriguez.
You will see Las Vegas and hear Las Vegas tonight, 3 minutes in, on the ball on the left side. Gartig, Nigro. Those two will have the hub of touches in this game tonight. They will keep it away from Herbert, and Budati on the right side is much more defensive as an option.
Ball played through out towards the far side. Rodriguez gets across into the box, and Marboy will sky it away in towards the stands, out for a corner kick for Vegas.
That's what Las Vegas has become as an attacking presence these last couple of weeks. Find ways to keep it in the back, look for space, see it in spring, and use Johnny Rodriguez as he was bought to do so. Be a presence in the box, pounce for opportunities. Pat Marboy does a good job there of staving him off.
4th minute, 0-0. Gennaro Michael Nigro from Livingston, New Jersey to take this corner kick. Vegas getting their attackers ready either at the penalty spot or behind it. Nigro puts his left foot into the ball. Either way, cleared out on the far byline. We'll do it again.
It's Daniel Flores at the front post. He's tasked with marking Johnny Rodriguez there. I would not envy that.
Still marked on him. Immediately in front of Patrick Rukowski giving some orders. It's Rodriguez and McNamara in the 6. Nigro again swings this into the 6. Shihos gets his head to it, sends it out of the box. Vegas looking to recycle. Nigro trying to keep it in play. Far side midway, he can't. Throw in Rising.
It's a good jumping header from Rafa Shihos, the 33 for Phoenix, his first start. You wonder what the legs are for him. Such an old player. He's not really had a full preseason to get into this. No center back options for Phoenix, so he has to start and probably go the 90 tonight.
The way Pamadou described him, a professional. When asked if he could go a full 90 minutes a day, he kind of has to. With Shihos and Marboy, the only true center back options on this Phoenix Rising side. Carl Saint currently out on international duty with Haiti as the ball's played over the top, and Rukowski will see this out far byline. Another goal kick for Vegas, trying to play over the top. That's what they did to some extent against Lexington SC. Led to an own goal by Lexington's goalkeeper, Brooks Thompson, in the 17th minute. Got the ball played back, tried to put his right foot through it, slipped into the back of the net.
The good old, oh no.
You don't see too many of those today.
No, goalkeepers are much better with their feet now than when I played.
There's Rukowski facing some pressure in his box, but gets it out towards the near side. Pierce Rizzo with his first touches of the day as Marboy slings this towards the center circle. Avievu looking high into the sky, can't get it. Brings it down nonetheless. Far side, right at the halfway line. Dancing around, it's picked off by Yunus Budati. Played into the center circle. Zion Emmers able to win it back for Phoenix Rising, able to continue possession. 6 minutes through, it's Phoenix 0, Vegas 0. Emmers still patrolling his way through, past the halfway line. Out to the near side, Rizzo rolls it back to Emmers. Phoenix Rising last week had a goal by now. Still holding possession. Can they find a breakthrough?
And in about 45 seconds, they'll have had a goal by now 2 weeks ago as well.
Rukowski plays it over. Flores chests it down. Left to center midway. Leaves it off towards Skierce, out towards the far side. Avievu with some space. More runners coming in towards the box. Avievu still on the dribble. Left center midway, in towards the box. Ball played through. Avievu shot! Just wide right. Hope Avievu trying to dance around like Darius Johnson. Just couldn't find the final product.
It's silky smooth from Phoenix on the break, and it starts with Daniel Flores picking up the ball in his own half on the left side, looking to play it short, and then lung-busting run on the underlap to create the space for Avievu to attack and pierce through a Las Vegas backline. Everything but the finish. Even the flick-on from Cabral was beautiful from Phoenix Rising. It's just exactly how they want to attack this Las Vegas team. Invite them up, get them out of the low block, and then exploit the space against them.
Goal kick sent near side, close towards Vegas's bench. Intercepted by Emmers, immediately lofts it over towards Sacco. He's got space on the right wing, 18 extended, played into the middle, and Arozarena stoops down to get it within his 6. Cabral maybe could have had a chance on the back post, but he was a little away.
It's Remy Cabral running from front post to back post there because of where the ball was played and where his positioning was. He does the right thing from his situational area. You would have loved to have seen him run across the face of Arozarena in that space, but he started on the front post, not the back.
All over the top again by Vegas. Telltale sign of this game so far. Nearly 8 minutes in, 0-0 between Phoenix and Vegas. Tommy McNamara at the halfway line plays it back towards Arozarena, left to center, roughly 30 yards off his line.
I like the directness, though, early from Phoenix, playing away from this Las Vegas midfield blockade.
Over the top again, Flores sees this out as Rodriguez was making the crashing run. Won't get his plea for a whistle, and Patrick Rakowski back at work. Rakowski coming into this match, Ryan, after what was arguably his worst appearance of the season. 3 goals conceded, a howler in the 9th minute of stoppage time against El Paso, which led to them drawing. Juxtapose that to probably his best performance of the season on May 28th against Las Vegas. 5 saves, including a penalty kick save in second half stoppage time.
Wasn't that a run for Big Pat? A couple of penalty saves in a couple of games.
Avievu, good interplay, getting loose down the left side. Flores entering the attacking third again. Flores plays it down low into the middle, sprawling away. Cabral couldn't get to it, still in play, cleared away by Vegas, deflected out. It'll be a throw-in for Lights, near side in their own 18 extended. Isan Sacco, the one trying to create some trouble down the middle, just couldn't find it.
Oh, it was right there. Again, it's Flores creating the chance for Rising off the left.
Marboy controlling. We'll see it out.
And this time of year, it comes on the overlap. It's a combination of simple ball into the feet of Avievu, open hips, one-time ball, Flores on the overlap, connecting in the touch lines, and he just drives and drives and drives. Cabral does a great job running, as we talked about in the last one, from back post, front post, drag the defender with you, create the space for Sacco. Raiko Arozarena again quick off his line.
Throw in Phoenix. Flores, ball high above his head, in the red long sleeves, plays it down towards the halfway line. Forward Phoenix goes, they earn another throw-in. Daniel Flores, one of the newer guys to this Phoenix Rising side, made his debut in Lexington, Kentucky on August 9th, less than a month ago. Throw-in was taken, but now it will be brought back. Flores will take a few steps back, and will play it back towards the midway point. Shios able to step through the ball, able to get away from a couple of Vegas defenders. Ball high in the air. He still keeps it in play momentarily. It's out for a Vegas throw. 10 minutes and over 30 seconds into this match. Phoenix 0, Vegas 0. Phoenix Rising closing out a 3-match homestand tonight, hoping to go unbeaten, something that they've done multiple times. 7 out of 9 times that Phoenix Rising has had a 3-match homestand in the Valley. They have done that.
I'd clock that under stats that matter.
Skierson and Shios, simple touches. Emmers waving in towards a play. Left to center midway. Phoenix Rising still in their own half.
More rhythm like that, though, for Phoenix. The interchanging of the 2 midfielders, that double pivot of Emmers and Skierson. Shios, you'd figure he'd be on the ball a ton at 35 years old. He spoke this week. He loves to have his foot on the ball and dictate the tempo. Pat Marboy, his partner tonight, kind of the opposite player to him. You'd think Rising should have, with Shios and Flores on the left side, much like we spoke about with Las Vegas earlier, having Gartig and Nigro on the left. That will be where most of the play comes from.
Ball over the top. Phoenix back in the attacking third. Ball played back towards Arozarena. Immediately fires it out towards the far side. Vegas averting danger right now. McNamara dancing. Far side, shy of the halfway line. Pops it over into the attacking third. Shios another good poke. Flores tried to keep it in play. He didn't. Once again, Ryan, Vegas going over the top, end-to-end action here in this one.
Yeah, taking the space where Flores had attacked. That ball that was played in behind on that Rising attack was Daniel Flores running in behind on a ball from Shios. And Las Vegas correctly exploiting that space. It's going to be hard against Rafael Shios, though. Early on, yes, he lacks the pace, sure, to play the modern game, but certainly not the positional awareness.
Vegas still in the attack going forward. Avievu trying to poke for it. Rodriguez again trying to dance.
I mean, here, I think that move right there from Vegas would give Phoenix nightmares. That was Mackenzie Gaines cutting in on his left foot just as he did in the New Mexico game.
Avievu plays it over the top. Emmers joining the attack. Left of center midway. He can't get it again. Zion Emmers starting in the place of Noble Okello on this Friday night, who is out with yellow card suspension. Actually has 9 yellow cards on the season, but got 1 rescinded due to good behavior. So,
wow.
Okello, one of the leaders in the Western Conference, leaders in the league when it comes to that category.
That's why they let me come back. You know, I had a 1-game suspension, but it got taken away for good behavior. I was a good boy.
Herbert stops his run, plays it into the center circle. Leal able to poke it away for Herbert. Gartig now, the left center back, finds some space, checking in. Knight Pickering trying to play it off towards Rodriguez. It goes out for a Phoenix throw.
Chris Pearson for Las Vegas Lights is a holding midfielder, maybe even a center back by trade at times. They're playing him almost as a shadow striker underneath Johnny Rodriguez.
Rizzo able to win the ball back. In a double team with Vegas, loses the ball. Here come the visitors again. Pearson trying to play through. It's intercepted by Phoenix. Vegas player down, play continues. Rizzo just clips it past the halfway line, headed back by Vegas. Moonball in the midfield again for both sides. Emmers controls, wearing some short hair too. Not too many curls for him tonight. Marboy plays it towards Rakowski, back over towards Marboy. 15th minute, 0-0 between Phoenix and Vegas.
I love this battle that we're getting with Johnny Rodriguez and Pop Marboy right now. Every time Pop Marboy gets the ball, that's the trigger. They want to press him, number 4 in red for Phoenix. Johnny Rodriguez is the one that Devin Rensing, the head coach, is asking most of the pressing work to be done by.
Marboy just within the 18-yard box. Slides it over Emmers. Shias glides over to get it. Other than the veteran leadership, which we talked about, Ryan, what do you think Shias brings to this Phoenix side?
The positional awareness of playing center back for so long. Again, we spoke about it earlier. Does not have the pace anymore, Mahir. Though he may say he has more than he probably does. But he's so situationally aware, where he needs to be on the field, the exact blade of grass that he needs to touch.
Sacco maneuvering his way forward, looking for an option. He's found Rizzo near side. Near Phoenix's own bench, Rising possessing the ball. Still is the case right now. In the center circle, here's Shias again, the former Chicago fireman, trying to play it down the middle, picked off by Herbert. Here comes Avievu, rolling around. Flores on the far side, it's an extended, double teamed. Plays it back towards Avievu. Avievu still on the ball, looking for an option, trying to clip it in. Picked off again by Herbert. Flores trying to get some attack. Still pressing Phoenix. Sacco trying to bring him back and make that Cabral, and he takes down a Las Vegas player. Seemed like it might be Tommy McNamara. Forward on forward, if you will. We've talked about Tommy McNamara's ability to be a box-to-box midfielder or holding midfielder at times. Sometimes he did play up top during his Major League Soccer days with NYCFC and multiple stops across the country.
Yeah, man, Tommy Mac did everything. Right wing, left wing, 6, 8, 10, 9. He's a good player.
Herbert, unencumbered.
So this is curious to me.
Out towards the far side, lofted into the box, over the head of Pickering. Sacco going to bring it down, trying to get around Nigro. Still searching for options, plays it back towards Marboy. Marboy fires this past the halfway line near side. You were saying, Ryan?
So it feels like Phoenix, Mahir, are very content when Las Vegas does establish possession to drop deep and to let the Lights keep the ball, but they do want to press when Las Vegas is off goal kicks, which to me hints at a team trying to force Las Vegas long and then drop off if Las Vegas win the ball. They trust themselves through the air, does Phoenix, to win it, keep it, gain possession out of it, but if they don't, then they want to drop off and wait for Las Vegas to make a mistake.
18th minute, 0-0 between Phoenix and Vegas. Phoenix Rising, a team that has done well this season. Maybe not what they've wanted here at 38th in Washington. Not too many wins overall. Just a little bit above a point per match before this homestand where they beat Colorado Springs 4-1 and then drew El Paso 3-3 6 days ago. Speaking of 3-3, here's Rafael Chias wearing 33 for Phoenix on the ball. In the midfield, again, Phoenix Rising on the attack. Emmers further out towards Flores. Some space to work here for Flores. Inside the box towards the byline. Cross blocked away. Sliding tackle by Budati in defense, and it's out for a Phoenix Rising corner kick.
That dude's awesome. Here, every run he makes is smartly timed, correctly touched, well weighted, at the right time. He attacks the right weak spot every single time as well. It's a smart left back.
So Hope Avievu will take this from the far side corner flag. Phoenix putting most of their attackers between the 6 and the 18 right now, as our referee today, Christian Campo Hernandez, will blow his whistle.
I think he's talking to Sacco. Is that Sacco? Yeah, that's a big
That
number.
is Sacco. Check that. It's Remy Cabral. Last man back for Phoenix, Pierce Rizzo, who's in the center circle. Everybody else very close towards the 18. Avievu places the ball down, takes a few steps back, left foot in front of right, orange cleats on this Friday night, sends his arms to the sky, brings him down. Ball into the box, near post, punched away by Arosarena, still in the 18, cleared away. Here comes Vegas on the attack. Right of center midway, McNamara pressing forward, has to go towards the center, lofts it out towards the left of center, past the halfway line. It's Pearson bringing it forward. Pearson still looking for a chance, takes a shot from roughly 35 yards out, well over the net, and it's a goal kick.
I don't hate it, though, from Chris Pearson. The momentum was there. Rising did a great job defensively, covering that corner. Hope Avievu running after he took it to cut off the first ball. That forces the long ball that's into Pearson's feet. And then Ixion Emmers goes to press Pearson, who kind of turns for a half second, just slows him down. Emmers then darts away to cover the man. It's just textbook counterattack coverage from Phoenix.
Downstairs to Kevin Cardez we go.
Yeah, Daniel Flores, the new left back in the team, he's had a few appearances now and a few starts for Phoenix Rising. He has been phenomenal in moving the ball forward, and right now Phoenix is trying to find their movement and those channels through Daniel Flores. He's already created a chance, trying to create more. Phoenix is knocking at the door, but can't quite find their first score.
Yeah, Kev, Mahir, we've noticed that a couple of times with Flores down the left.
And here comes Flores again, close towards the 18, far side, right-footed cross in towards the middle. Cabral has to track back and get it, make that Sacco. Rizzo joining the attack, and it's cleared away by Vegas.
The thing we just talked about with Daniel Flores, where it's so smart every time. An underlapping run when it's needed, an overlapping run when it's needed, running right at the face of a defender if that's the space that he needs to attack. It's just really intelligent. It makes Phoenix dangerous to defend down that side.
Here comes Cabral dancing his way in towards the 18, goes down. Ref says get up as Arosarena picks up the ball. 21st minute, Phoenix 0, Vegas 0.
Ryko looks like one of our sideline reporters in a bright yellow highlighter-esque color.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Although I will say, Kevin is not wearing a highlighter yellow penny.
No, he's not following the rules.
Do not tell the Phoenix Rising PR staff that, but yeah.
One Kyle Pinnell, maybe?
Arosarena just outside his box. Chops it over towards the halfway line. Ball still skittering its way around the pitch and goes out far side for a Phoenix throw-in. There's currently a Las Vegas player down. It seems to be Mackenzie Gaines, who was, again, playing on the left. We expected him to be on the left, now currently on the right. Able to get up, though.
He's got such a good left foot that he's so dangerous at cutting in and trying to attack. And they'll be fluid. Knight Pickering's going to almost play as that second striker. They want to get Gaines the ball, let him create, left foot, right foot, cutting in, crossing wide, and then lob Pearson, Pickering, Rodriguez into the box to try and put pressure on Phoenix.
23rd minute, Chihas, left center midway, plays it in towards the attacking third again. Sacco coming forward, Johnson as well, stumbling his way in towards the D. Johnson back to goal, in some trouble right now, and it's won back by Vegas. Discombobulated at times, but Phoenix Rising almost finding another shot As Vegas keeps the ball. JP Skeers running to get it, toppled over from behind, and yet it's a free kick for Vegas.
Yeah, I think JP initiating the contact, but that's one of those you go either way. Typically the rule of thumb, I think, for me as a referee was at least defensive third. If it's a 50-50 coming together like that, whatever team is in their defensive third, they get the free kick because that's the one that's going to upset the least amount of people. Now, that's probably not the rule they're following at this level, but maybe so.
So 23 minutes through. It's Phoenix 0, Vegas 0. And while the Vegas player is getting attended to, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves right here on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network. Players helped up by the physio for Las Vegas, Estefani de Santiago. Pamadou Ka in the black tracksuit for Phoenix, continuing to talk to his players in the red tops, red shorts, red socks.
More of the ball so far, I think, for Phoenix Rising than they've maybe had consistently the last couple of weeks. Maybe this game's had a rhythm to it in the sense that both teams, when they get it, very comfortable keeping it middle third pitch. I want to see some of that be created into clear-cut stuff for Phoenix, as they have when the games have been a little more ebb and flow over the past 2 weekends. Rising has been better at creating chances. They've struggled when the games have been stodgy, might not be the correct word, but it's the word I'm going to use. When they've been slower, more stable, when they let the opposition correctly get into their defensive shape at times, Rising have struggled a little bit more to create.
So Vegas currently down a man right now. A man who was taken off, basically went right towards the bench and got some treatment, and Devin Rensing and crew are prepping their first change of the match. Sean Smart getting his kit on. Meanwhile, ball in play right of center for Phoenix, left of center for Vegas, out towards the near side in the midway point, past the halfway line. Down the line, Marboy skies this into the seats, goes into the upper deck. Throw in Vegas.
That'll be a tough loss, I think, for Las Vegas. But if Smart's going to be the one that comes into this game, you're not losing a whole lot there.
Smart currently on the near side touchline as the officials try to find a ball, and they will.
Fourth official is yelling at Devin Rensing, saying you can't make the change yet.
Rensing is almost outside of his box right now in the white t-shirt and khakis. Comfortable night here in Phoenix, below 100 degrees right now. 26 minute, Phoenix 0, Vegas 0.
It's a perfect night.
A little bit of a conversation between McNamara, Emmers, and our referee, Campo Hernandez. Throw in taken by Rizzo, back towards Marboy. Across the timeline, from right to left, Shihus just beyond the 18. Sean Smart officially checking into the match right now. Will be on the left side. Mackenzie Gaines will play on the left. Smart will actually move out towards the right. Seems like it might be Patrick Leal who is done for the day. Ball with Vegas, near side, midway, ball played through in towards Rodriguez. In the near side, 18 extended, back to goal. Marboy donning him right now. Nigro towards Pearson. Gaines tries to get it, Marboy intercepts, Marboy on the run. Sacco was the one trying to play the through ball, in fact. It's Leal Gartig at the halfway line, threads it over towards the center circle. Herbert. Budati rolling in towards the left. Right of center, midway right now. Touched by Rodriguez. Rodriguez 30 yards out from goal, sends it out towards Budati on the right. Budati going towards the end line, crossed in, deflected, and it skitters out on the nearby line. Might have been in play. Mackenzie Gaines sees it out for a Vegas corner kick.
Yeah, recognizing what his team is good at. All the size that's in there. Pearson, Gartig, Herbert. You want set pieces off of Tommy McNamara in swinging delivery.
McNamara will make the long trot over. Phoenix with 0.09 expected goals. Vegas 100ths.
100ths, not 100. 100, 100ths.
100ths. 1 over 100.
McNamara's shorts are too long.
Brings his left hand down, right foot through the ball towards the 6, headed away by Shias. He's made himself known. He's doing that to the best of his ability against El Paso. Gains, resets into the box, right towards Rakowski. Immediately catches and immediately rolls it out towards Darius Johnson, who finds himself in space. Left of center, halfway past the halfway line, stumbling right now. Make that Sacco. Sacco sends it out towards the right. Controlled by Cabral. Cabral sends it down low, cleared away by Vegas. Light still in defense right now, playing it down the line, still in their own half. Marboy, who is going forward, trying to get a piece to it as well. Cabral sliding to get it, goes out, it's out for a Phoenix throw. Phoenix player down right now, away from the play. It was Sacco momentarily.
And Johnson, remember at the beginning of this game, he had that little back injury where he was on the ground. He's still holding the small of his back hunched over. Looks in a lot of discomfort. Sacco is back up on his feet, correctly identified there, but the one maybe to watch is DJ further away of the play. That one kind of lingers around.
So Pierce Rizzo, the 18-year-old, will take this throw in to the right of Pamadou Ka, who's on the edge of his coach's box right now. Rizzo pops it down towards Emmers, loses it out near touchline. It was deflected by the visitors. Another throw in for Rising. Again for Rizzo, trying to play it in, this time towards Sacco. Rizzo trying to maneuver his way through on the near side, spinning around a couple of Vegas defenders, put in a jostle, if you will. Ball still in the attacking third for Rising. Rizzo plays it out towards Sacco. Sacco down towards Rizzo, towards the byline in the 18. And it's cleared away by Vegas. It will roll out of play for a corner, very close towards the flag.
And so now it's flopped the other way. It was Flores a ton early on the overlap-underlap for Phoenix. Now Pierce Rizzo as Isan Sacco becomes more of a hub on the ball for Rising in this game, having to do a little bit more of the running. Let's see if Rising can do something off of this. Flores has a great left foot. He's been taking dead balls since he's arrived at the club. A little over a month ago now, is it? And they'll swing this one in for the big head of Shihus.
Make some noise graphic playing on the scoreboard right now. 30 minutes through from 38th and Washington. Flores, two hands to the sky.
Something with pace.
Brought down, swung in, near post, header, caught by Rosarena. A good play overall by Phoenix. JP Skiers, if I'm not mistaken, got the head to it. Just couldn't find it as Rosarena, right of center, punts it immediately back in towards Rising's half. Ball on the far side, 18 extended. A decent chance for a counterattack, just goes out for a throw.
It was too far for Sean Smart. I know Pop Marboy enjoyed that run. The two Clemson kids played in college, won a national championship together there. Pop Marboy was trying to chase down his brother. He posts about Sean Smart at least once a month. We've got a great friendship. I think we're taking a hydration break here.
So Sean Smart, who came in the 26th minute for Knight Pickering, the former Memphis 901 FC man, who went down with an injury, immediately taken towards Vegas's bench. A good first half for Phoenix, Ryan, but something's lacking.
Yeah, it's the final third. It's the energy going forward. I think Rising has had good, stable rhythm defensively and offensively out of the back, which you always kind of expected against the mid-block like Las Vegas Lights. You're always going to have the chances there to kick it about as a center back, to keep it. I think Rafa Shihus is recognizing some of that stagnation. He sent a couple of balls long over the last couple of minutes, trying to get this group going, get them more vertical, where Phoenix is always better. It's just missing a little bit of that verticality, that energy that Rising's had a great job of doing the last couple of weeks. 7 goals in their last 2 games.
An end-to-end game so far here from 38th and Washington that has only seen 3 shots, only one of them on target. Both teams in the huddles right now.
I'm surprised there's been a shot on target in this game. I don't remember it happening. I mean, I do, but it's been a slow night, which is fine, right? That's, I think, for Phoenix, who have had nothing but slow nights over the last 2 weeks, and it cost them a week ago, that probably is a little bit a part of the messaging. Yes, you want to keep that same intensity. Yes, they want to keep that identity, but it needs to come with some level-headedness, and that's something we've seen from the side in red tonight. For Las Vegas, Devin Rensing's happy. As long as this game stays 0-0 away from home, he's got a plucky enough group that's rounding into form, growing collectively as a unit. You'll fancy yourself as this game goes on.
So both teams return to the pitch in the 33rd minute. As a throw-in taken right now by Flores. Plays it short towards Gears. Out for a Vegas throw-in. Herbert Gartig, unencumbered right now. Pips it over, looking towards Nigro. Near side touchline out of play. Throw in for Rising. And Kevin, who will get a touch of the ball momentarily. He's fist bumping right now. He enjoys it. Kevin, what you got for us?
Well, we talked about Daniel Flores earlier, but it was his corner kick that found the forehead of JP Sears that got a shot on the target, which is something that Phoenix has struggled with early and often over the last couple of months. It was a productive corner, but more quality from the left back. He has been so good tonight, and so is JP Sears.
Kevin, your touch there would mean that you could probably start at left back for Phoenix soon.
Yeah, I got it, man. That's all me.
Of course.
Depth always needed. Depth is always needed.
I don't know if Kevin's good depth.
Yes, I am.
Free kick Phoenix, 35th minute. Rising 0, Lights 0. Marboy free kick, right of center, just shy of the halfway line. Short tap towards Emmers. Short touch by Rizzo, back towards Marboy, the captain. Plays it towards his goalkeeper, the second oldest player on this roster, to the oldest player on this roster, and Rafael Chijas.
What is he, 6th oldest in the league?
6th oldest, yeah. In the autumn of his career right now, but playing some time with Rising.
He's 6th oldest in the league. I think he's the 7th oldest player to play for Phoenix Rising.
We asked him, what sold you on Phoenix? And he said, well, there's a championship mentality. This team has been one of the best in the USL Championship over the past few years as he plays a long ball over towards Rizzo near side. He has that sort of veteran quality that I think Rising needs.
It's the enlightening thing that he says to me that is he wants to be here to give back. You hear old players talk about it a lot and not always mean it. I think Chijas, he talks about it with a little bit more passion than some, where it is when he was a younger player, coming up Bundesliga 2, coming up Bundesliga 3, he didn't just start at a big club. He had to rise through the ranks with older players mentoring him, just kind of like this is.
Here comes Avievu near side, moving in left of center, playing it in towards Cabral, tucked away by Herbert. Remy Cabral was 8 yards away, could have had a touch, might have been on target, but Anthony Herbert gets to it first, and it's a corner kick for Rising.
We're going to start to patent that pass as a club if Hope Avievu continues to play here with Phoenix Rising. That little cut in onto the right foot, looked like you could shoot, looked like you could switch play, but instead, it's that backside cutback, the run that nobody's expecting. He sees it so well every time.
Avievu again places the ball down at the far side corner flag. Rising in a bunch right now, close towards the penalty spot. A couple of players towards the near post. Far side from our angle. Christian Campo Hernandez, the referee, will once again insert himself into the mosh, make sure everything is A-OK there. And now he'll take his step back. Whistle blows. All eyes on Avievu. Right foot through the ball, lofted in. Orosa Reyna gets a punch to it, sails over towards the near side, and it will be a throw-in for Rising.
I can't believe that wasn't a free kick. There were 3 or 4 red shirts surrounding Orosa Reyna, making it hard for the Vegas goalkeeper to do his job. Usually that's a foul, an easy one for the referee.
Skeers playing it through. Again, dancing. That was Johnson with a chance. Here comes Avievu dancing through. Almost getting it forward. Orosa Reyna scooping it up.
So you'd be remiss to think it was Johnson. It was actually Flores, and I can't believe it every time. That's his run. They're leaving Johnson tucked away on the touchline to get that exact passage. Left back arriving through, ball from the 6, laid off to the 10, the left winger arriving after that and hoping for him to either shoot for himself or create another passing opportunity to score a goal.
38th minute, 0-0. Vegas with, dare I say, a rare entry into the final third, just momentarily. It's now a throw-in for Phoenix Rising, who is taking a little bit of momentum right now. 20 final third entries for both sides. Neither side, though, truly troubling at net. JP Skierce's header just a few moments ago, the closest thing we had to a goal line chance, but that went right towards Raiko Arosarena.
Here, Rising's had all 4 touches in the opposition box between these two teams in this game as well. These are the kind of games that I think as a player start to frustrate you. You have a ton of the ball, you have a ton of it in progressive, territorially dominant areas, yet nothing to show.
Here comes Flores, left of center, receiving a pass from Skierce. Flores still dancing around, shot taken, blocked away, out on the far sideline, pardon me. Throw in for Rising.
Darius Johnson just ran into Daniel Flores there.
So throw in now for Flores, juggling the ball right now. Not too many Rising players in the box. It will be taken short towards the corner flag. Avievu pips it up, further nicked back. Rising still in attacking territory. Trying to get something going, Rising. Avievu's down, so is another Phoenix Rising player.
That's an easy free kick. Avievu was taken down midair, so he comes up to try and keep the touch in. And Budati doesn't put a full knee through his back, but kind of pulls the table out from underneath him, the chair. It falls down. It's the non-contact there that earns the foul in that situation, which is always unique.
So it's Flores and Avievu around the ball. Now Flores will step away. A one-man wall for Vegas, just outside of the 18-yard box. 40th minute on the offset of Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. Planes flying in and around us. Attacking line for Phoenix, roughly 15 yards away. Arosarena telling his defenders to play up a little bit. Avievu will move the ball back minusculely from our angle. And now he'll take some steps back.
Another one you've got to whip in with pace here, right at the 6-yard box.
Avievu in the orange boots sends us in towards near post, bouncing its way through. Nearly a clear by Vegas. McNamara whiffed on it. The eventual clearance sent out again towards the far side. A throw-in for Rising, parking themselves in the attacking midway point right now. Hope Avievu controlling the ball, presuming it's for Phoenix Rising. There's a Las Vegas player down on the far side, 18 extended.
It's McNamara. You can tell by his shorts. They're just too long.
2000 style, dare I say.
Allen Iverson, Tommy McNamara, they're like the same player.
41st minute. Shihus, Marboy, the center back pairing tonight for Phoenix Rising. Marboy slings this over towards Johnson, brings us down with his right foot. Again, moving in towards the right, now towards the left, towards the byline, crossed into the middle. Cabral can't get to it. Ball still in and around the 18-yard box. Skierce crashing through as well, able to win the ball back. Phoenix Rising player goes down. Play still going on, sent to the middle, cleared away by a falling Herbert. Skierce recollects just beyond the center circle.
Calma now, calma, keep it, keep it.
Rizzo, short touch, shy touch. Shihus again, patrolling forward, pipping up. Avievu can't get his right foot to it. Cleared away by Gartig. Another Kamate moment.
And again, settle. You've got Vegas on the back foot. Now it's about keeping, searching, and just now probing for the correct time to attack.
Shihus, Avievu, here comes Flores. He's open on the overlap. Crunching tackle by Herbert, sends it out. Daniel Flores was reading that play before he even received the through pass or knew it was even coming to him.
We spoke about the center back pairing for Las Vegas in the pregame. The Brooklyn boy, Anthony Herbert, has added so much to Elias Gartig's game. It just being a little bit more athletic, a little more willing to get into the crunch. Elias Gartig to be off ball a lot more often, much more defensively solid through the air. Elias Gartig is. That's a textbook example of what Las Vegas wants. Too much on, is that Cabral grabbing Herbert?
Seemed like it. Cabral leading the charge there. Free kick fired over towards the near side for Vegas. Nigro in possession. Pearson glides it long. aiming towards Smart, who collides with Flores. Vegas continues on the attack here, playing in towards the middle, just outside of the D, right of center. Phoenix Rising players still down on the play. Vegas on the attack, far side 18 extended, spiraling in towards the box. Rizzo backheads it. Sacco racing over to save it. He just can't. It's a corner kick for Vegas. More importantly, Phoenix Rising has a player down.
It's not Darius Johnson this time. Looks like it might be Daniel Flores.
It seems like it. Started out on the left. Flores colliding with Smart, who was trying to enter, trying to get in towards the special place to cross it in. And another long trot for Greg Spence, Phoenix Rising's head athletic trainer.
This is what we like to call a Kevin Cardez special. More players down on the ground than chances created.
Does Kevin know that?
No, we can talk to him about it at halftime.
Duly noted.
More so, again, saying just not able to stay on your feet. So many stoppages, stutter start, fall into the ground, not able to hold your footing.
Daniel Flores on loan right now from Chivas Guadalajara in Liga MX. Sparse played there. He's mainly played recently at second tier side Tapatio.
And that's not a true second tier. It's like this tier in some ways, where there's no promotion and relegation in Mexico the last couple of years. So he's just kind of been playing lame duck football the last couple of years. Comes home, relatively speaking, to Phoenix. And it's been such a live wire for this group. I mean, here I almost, not to change the subject fully, I almost feel like 58% of the ball is too much for Phoenix Rising. They've not taken enough risk to make this game a little more frenzied. They've had too many touches, too many passes, completing 88% tonight. Too much of that coming in their own half. Only 64 passes in the opposition half. They've dominated the ball, but it's almost the same number between them and Vegas.
So a hobbled left wing for Phoenix right now. Darius Johnson, who took a knock earlier, still in the match. Daniel Flores will waddle his way over towards the far side. Corner kick for Vegas on the opposite side of the pitch, near side, closest to our vantage point. The right-footed McNamara, the left-footed Nigro close by to it. Avievu just a few yards away. Nigro, the one to send it in towards the back post. Smart shot blocked away by Skiers. Here comes Emmers, heading it off towards Cabral. Remy Cabral trying to play through towards Avievu. This is Hope Avievu dashing forward on the near side, crossing it in towards the box. It's kneed down by a Vegas defender and scooped up by Rosarena. 6 minutes of first half stoppage time here from 38th and Washington. Phoenix Rising against Las Vegas Lights. Las Vegas trying to avoid being swept. Phoenix trying to pick up a sweep for the first time in 2025.
Is that true? Say it ain't so. That's true? Ugh.
They'll have a few more opportunities with Oakland and New Mexico down the way. But that's it. Ball lofted in towards the box again. Nearly a collision between Chios and Marboy with Leal patrolling forward.
That's one of those I'm playing with you for the first time at center back together type of partnerships. Both want to dominate in the air.
So many different players right now. Shia's 35 years old, Marboy 21. If you were to find out about those two center backs by that alone, it'll be interesting to see the 21-year-old as captain. But that's Phoenix Rising for you in 2025. Another Rising player down. That's Sacco. Here comes Vegas again. Leal playing it out towards the right. Smart dashing down towards the byline. Crossed in, blocked away. Another corner kick for Las Vegas. Sean Smart making his impact known. Isan Sacco still lifeless on the ground.
Holding his left ankle?
It seems like it right now.
He looks in a ton of discomfort.
The entire left spleen completely on the ground right now. Now rolls over towards his right. Trying to stand up right now, Isan Sacco in the orange shoes and the black laces. He'll limp back towards the box where Phoenix Rising will look to defend this corner. 2 minutes through of first half stoppage time.
But here at this point, just get to halftime alive if you're Phoenix Rising with 11 on the pitch and not having to make a change.
Ball sent in, whipped it down low, bouncing around. Shias gets his foot to it. It's cleared away. couple of calls from Phoenix for potential handballs. Ball's lifted back towards Leal, might have been offside. Continues to dance, Shihus right behind him. Played back, Pearson, Herbert. Slides it over towards the Dane Gartig. Gartig to Gaines. Gaines guarded by the wounded Sacco right now. Dancing over towards the byline in the 18. Gaines blocked away by Rizzo, sliding his way down to get it, and he'll also clear it away.
Atta kid, Pierce.
Gartig resets. Tommy Mack near side midway. Down towards Gaines, near side, 18 extended. Left foot across into the box. Header down by Smart. It glances its way towards the far side. Still in play. Johnson trying to keep it out. It's still in play again. Couple of Vegas players go down. Whistle will blow.
It's a foul. Yeah, it was totally a good call. Just outside the 18. Johnson, Flores, who's still hobbling, came together and made the challenge there.
Flores still hobbling. Kevin has more on that.
Yeah, guys, Greg Spencer physio motioned and was telling Flores it's okay if he came up, but Flores wouldn't leave. He insisted that he stays. It was a left calf injury. It looks like he got cleated in the air, and when they came down, he fell on his leg.
Thank you, Kevin. So a dangerous free kick for Vegas. 0-0 from 38th and Washington. 3 minutes, roughly 45 seconds through first half stoppage time, as Kevin will continue to get some applause from some of the kids down there close towards our pitch side mic.
He's talking to Ronaldo and Lamine Yamal. What do you mean, kids? That's Cristiano Ronaldo down there.
Gotta love it when the stars come out.
It's a big free kick for Phoenix. Everybody's going to crowd the 6-yard box of Rakowski.
Left-footed ball swung in, punched away by Rakowski. Read it like a book. Ball on the near side. 18 extended. Pearson right-footed cross into the box, headed up by Shias. Either way, a free kick in favor of Phoenix.
There's Gartig shoving through the backside of Rafa Shias.
Rakowski plays the free kick as is. Roughly a minute and 30 seconds left in this first half. No goal right now, contrary to what we've seen in the past Phoenix Rising matches here at 38th and Washington. Shias maneuvering his way forward again. On the far side, Avievu trying to do the same. He's taken down, and a free kick is given towards Rising. Sean Smart, the culprit.
You've probably got, with the stoppages that we made inside of stoppage time, 2 minutes left. Keep the ball in the attacking half if you're Phoenix Rising.
Long throw from Flores towards Cabral, who is pressuring towards Arosarena's goal, and he'll just collect the ball close towards the 6-yard box. Arosarena doing the opposite. He's controlling the ball in his right hand. Now in his left, wading away towards the first half whistle. Rising trying to get there, so is Vegas.
Yeah, both these teams are going to be happy. Couldn't have said it any better.
Nigro, near side, down the line, towards the 18 extended. Trying to push forward Leal, and Marboy gets his right foot to it. Corner kick. Multiple corner kicks today for Las Vegas.
You can hear Rafa Shias there.
McNamara wearing the captain's armband on his left forearm to take. Lofts it into the box, headed away by Shias. He's been there at almost every corner kick today as Johnny Rodriguez goes down. The halftime whistle blows here from 38th and Washington. Phoenix 0, Vegas 0 in a discombobulated first half rise score.
It was slow. That's probably the best way to put it. It didn't have a ton to it. Rising had more chances to create, but Vegas, Mahir, grew into it. They're the little more physical of the two sides. And I think right now, if I'm Devin Rensing, the Vegas manager, very happy with how my team adjusted in this game. Rising are the side that have to make a look and see what they can do to get back some of the momentum they had the first 20, 25 minutes of this one.
We'll break it down right after this break on the Phoenix Rising halftime report. Stay tuned, folks. You're listening to the Phoenix Rising Radio Network and KDUS AM 1060.
You're
listening to Rising Radio, home of the 2023 USL champions.
Bliss and a burst of red smoke. Phoenix Rising, our home. Welcome to 38th and Washington.
Stick around for more as our broadcast continues.
Join in on the Sports Zoo on your ride home from work with Dave Rooster Bierstein. Join Rooster as he lays down what's happening around sports and makes it clear what's on his mind.
Oh my.
Catch the day's craziest stories and some of the latest numbers from the sports books across the valley. The Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a wild option.
Weekdays 5 to 6 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. Attention all clones. The Jim Rome Show is here for you every day here on KDUS AM 1060.
Lots to get done. Welcome to the program.
Listen in as Rome dives into the biggest sports headlines of the day. From final scores, player contracts and trades, team prospects, and even a spicy take or two. The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. every weekday here on KDUS AM 1060.
That's the trick.
Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app. James Out West, your home for sports down here in the desert. Join James and Pat the Stat Guy as they recap the weekend and dive deep into the numbers for the NFL, NBA, college sports, and more.
That's 5 seasons of 1,200 yards.
Player stats, team numbers, and contracts are just the start of the discussion for James and Pat.
He started 815 career games. He threw 749 complete games.
There's no hiding when it comes to stats. It's James Out West every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. Each day at work just dragging on. Get your sports fix on the lunch break. Join Chris Schubert and producer Evan live as they give their local perspective on the world of sports. Baseball, football, and basketball. Everything has a home on their plate. It's the lunch break with Chris Schubert, live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060, on the KDUS 1060 app, and KDUS 1060 on YouTube.
Buying a house can seem almost impossible, especially today. But with the right agent in your corner, it makes the challenge seem effortless. Hi, I'm Connor Cochran with Good Oak Real Estate, your go-to agent in the Valley. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Because finding the perfect home shouldn't be stressful, it should be exciting. Call 480-688-3200 today. Again, that's 480-688-3200. Let's have the conversation.
Hey Phoenix Rising fans, this is Discount Tire, your hometown tire retailer and trusted partner on the road for over 65 years. We know it can be overwhelming when buying tires, but we're here to help. Our online tire buying guide, Treadwell, makes finding the right tire simple. Just plug in your vehicle, location, and driving habits, and Treadwell will give you unbiased, personalized recommendations based on your needs, not based on price. Inviting, easy, and safe. Just how tire buying should be. Shop tires with Treadwell at discounttire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
Now we go back to the field to break down the first half action with the Rising Radio Halftime Report on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Halftime here from 38th and Washington. Phoenix 0, Vegas 0 in a match that both teams need for 3 points in a muchly contested Western Conference. I'm Harrison Hassan. Ryan Sikora with you on this Friday night. The word, Ryan, that really created a lot for me was like a nice buzzword. Frenzy-less.
Yeah.
That's the word you used a lot.
There was just not a lot to it until there was something. It was hit or miss, start and stop. I think we described it, I think Kev's with us as well. We described it in the first half as a Kevin Cardez type of special. There were more dudes on the ground, more injuries than there were chances created, Kev. Like, there was nothing you could really do in that game. Both the teams content to have it when they did, Mahir, and then all of a sudden there'd be a burst. More often than not from Phoenix Rising, but not enough chaos for me. That's where Rising have thrived the last 2 weekends in terms of the goal-scoring front.
Kevin, what were your thoughts on the frenzy-less you've seen on the pitch?
It's hard to say if there's been a better team in this one. Like Ryan noted, it felt like when the Frenzies did come along, it felt like Phoenix was the aggressor more than Las Vegas was. And I liked what I saw from Phoenix's back line. I think that Rafa and I think that Pop looked really good together. And I think that Daniel Flores had those moments of brilliance. And I think that Pierce Rizzo is doing his thing, which is being one of the best and brightest academy products that have played on the pitch so far in 2025. But it wasn't enough, and the chances weren't there. And at the end of the day, somehow Las Vegas ended with more shots than Phoenix. So we talk about the frenzies, but Las Vegas had the productive numbers that Phoenix has still searched for what, it's been, a month or two now?
Yeah, Rising has the lone shot on target in this game. I think to your point on Shihus and Pop Marboy, this is the perfect game for Rafa Shihus to enter in because he's not had to do all this running. He's not had to chase. He's not had to run around. He's going to be able to stay on this pitch for long enough. And I think he's tactically aware enough. We talked about it. A couple of long balls, trying to generate some of that odd opportunity for this Phoenix team to create. Just more of that. More of the long balls. Test this back line. Gartig's great out of the air. So is Herbert. Look long. In behind Nigro. In behind Budati. You have super dangerous wingers, Mahir, that you have to take advantage of and try and bully the fullbacks for Las Vegas.
10 dribbles for Phoenix, 3 for Vegas. Both teams trying to get a true chance on net. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll discuss some potential second half subs for both sides right here on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Uzuchukwu's in. Arteaga!
You're listening to Rising Radio, home of the 2023 USL champions.
Bliss and a burst of red smoke. Phoenix Rising, our home. Welcome to 38th and Washington.
Stick around for more as our broadcast continues.
Join in on the Sports Zoo on your ride home from work with Dave Rooster Bierstein. Join Rooster as he lays down what's happening around sports and makes it clear what's on his mind.
Oh my.
Catch the day's craziest stories and some of the latest numbers from the sports books across the valley. The Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
I think that's kind of a wild option.
Weekdays 5 to 6 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. Attention all clones. The Jim Rome Show is here for you every day here on KDUS AM 1060.
Lots to get done. Welcome to the program.
Listen in as Rome dives into the biggest sports headlines of the day. From final scores, player contracts and trades, team prospects, and even a spicy take or two. The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. every weekday here on KDUS AM 1060.
That's the trick.
Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app. James Out West, your home for sports down here in the desert. Join James and Pat the Stat Guy as they recap the weekend and dive deep into the numbers for the NFL, NBA, college sports, and more.
That's 5 seasons of 1,200 yards.
Player stats, team numbers, and contracts are just the start of the discussion for James and Pat.
He started 815 career games. He threw 749 complete games.
There's no hiding when it comes to stats. It's James Out West every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. Each day at work just dragging on. Get your sports fix on the lunch break. Join Chris Schubert and producer Evan live as they give their local perspective on the world of sports. Baseball, football, and basketball. Everything has a home on their plate. It's the lunch break with Chris Schubert, live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060, on the KDUS 1060 app, and KDUS 1060 on YouTube.
Buying a house can seem almost impossible, especially today. But with the right agent in your corner, it makes the challenge seem effortless. Hi, I'm Connor Cochran with Good Oak Real Estate, your go-to agent in the Valley. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Because finding the perfect home shouldn't be stressful, it should be exciting. Call 480-688-3200 today. Again, that's 480-688-3200. Let's have the conversation.
Hey Phoenix Rising fans, this is Discount Tire, your hometown tire retailer and trusted partner on the road for over 65 years. We know it can be overwhelming when buying tires, but we're here to help. Our online tire buying guide, Treadwell, makes finding the right tire simple. Just plug in your vehicle, location, and driving habits, and Treadwell will give you unbiased, personalized recommendations based on your needs, not based on price. Inviting, easy, and safe. Just how tire buying should be. Shop tires with Treadwell at discounttire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
You're listening to the Rising Radio Halftime Report on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Back here at 38th and Washington, Phoenix nil, Vegas nil, just a few minutes from the start of the second half. Mihirson Hassan, Ryan Sikora, our engineer, Sammy O'Brien, Kevin Cardez down on the sideline. Ryan, both teams in need of a change to start the second half.
I think Phoenix is going to have to make a one or two at least with all the injuries, Mihir. It looked like Ryan Flood is getting stretched and warm. Daniel Flores was in a ton of discomfort for Phoenix Rising. The winger options are really interesting for me. If Darius Johnson's unable to go in this game much longer, Darius Formella hasn't played in a while for Phoenix, but he's on the bench. Charlie Dennis could come in. You could move Isan Sako off to the left. Remy Cabral hasn't gone the full 90 in some time as well. So you have to kind of thread through the substitutes and time them up properly if you're Pamadou Ka.
Definitely big things for Phoenix overall, in need of something right now. You know, for me, Ryan, some of it just goes back to the fact that Noble Okello is out of this game with the yellow card accumulation. You need something for the 8. How has Zion Emmers been one of those guys if he has?
So he's been a little more negative, I think, than I would want him to be, but playing in this midfield against this low block, there's not a ton of room for him to be the progressive player. JP Skierce has picked up some of that slack tonight, which is new for JP Skierce. It's almost like Phoenix Rising signed a new 6, and JP Skierce's job is under pressure again, so he's got to play well. We're seeing some of that. Emmers doing his job, being the cog. Charlie Dennis would be a player that I would bring in, as Rising has done the last couple weeks, as that impact substitute for him.
Impact substitutes, that's what Phoenix needs, that's what Vegas needs on this Friday night in the Valley. We'll take a quick break. The second half coming up in a few moments here on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Attention all clones. The Jim Rome Show is here for you every day here on KDUS AM 1060.
Lots to get done. Welcome to the program.
Listen in as Rome dives into the biggest sports headlines of the day. From final scores, player contracts and trades, team prospects, and even a spicy take or two. The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. every weekday here on KDUS AM 1060.
That's the trick.
Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Buying a house can seem almost impossible, especially today. But with the right agent in your corner, it makes the challenge seem effortless. Hi, I'm Connor Cochran with Good Oak Real Estate, your go-to agent in the Valley. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Because finding the perfect home shouldn't be stressful, it should be exciting. Call 480-688-3200 today. Again, that's 480-688-3200. Let's have the conversation.
Hey Phoenix Rising fans, this is Discount Tire, your hometown tire retailer and trusted partner on the road for over 65 years. We know it can be overwhelming when buying tires, but we're here to help. Our online tire buying guide, Treadwell, makes finding the right tire simple. Just plug in your vehicle, location, and driving habits, and Treadwell will give you unbiased, personalized recommendations based on your needs, not based on price. Inviting, easy, and safe. Just how tire buying should be. Shop tires with Treadwell at discounttire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
You're listening to the Rising Radio Halftime Report on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Second half, moments away from Phoenix, off of the offset of Sky Harbor International Airport. Phoenix nil, Vegas nil. Less than 2 months remaining in the USL Championship regular season. Mihirson Hassan, Ryan Sikora, Kevin Cardez down on the sideline. We talked about the changes, Ryan. Seemed like we might see Ryan Flood. We will see Ryan Flood, who will check in for Daniel Flores, who was hobbling at times in that first half. It's the first change of the day for Pamadou Ka's side.
Yeah, the ones to keep out on the eye for Phoenix. Darius Johnson off the left had that injury. I would look at Rafa Shihus as well. No real center backs on the bench. You could, in theory, if you wanted to, call Colin Smith onto the pitch and play him as a fullback and slot Ryan Flood in as a center back if you need to take one of those off. Darius Formella's got to play in this game for me. It's been too long without him. Not that he's this otherworldly game changer, because he certainly isn't, but I don't see a world where Darius Johnson plays more than 70 minutes tonight.
Darius Formella did not play in the last 2 games despite being in the lineup, did not play in the only 2 matches before that. So Phoenix, red tops, red shorts, red socks, right to left, will be attacking towards the north end. Vegas moving in towards the Banditos, towards the bottom. Ball lifted over the top towards the left wing and out for a Patrick Rakowski goal kick. Kevin, what do you have for us?
Listen, the big theme for Phoenix Rising in the second half has to be creating chaos. It's what they didn't do in the first half enough, and it's why they have the only shot on target, but not more shots than Vegas did after the first 45. Creating chaos, creating offense, and finally finding that goal is the big key to the game in the second half for Phoenix Rising.
Both teams in need of that goal right now.
And Rising does that through verticality, through stretching this game a little bit more. Getting the ball, feet of Rafa Shihus, getting his head up, and looking long for balls in behind for Darius Johnson's pace and for the runs of Isan Sako.
Shihus over the top, played into the center circle. Avievu taking it down and sent over towards the left wing. Some space to work here for Sion Emmers. Emmers dancing around, trying to make his way towards the inside. Lays it out towards Flood. Cross blocked away, dancing around Avievu, dancing in the box. Left-footed shot right in towards Sako. Couldn't get his first touch right. Cleared away only as far as Rizzo, right center midway.
I don't know how that's not a shot off for Phoenix Rising. I understand Sako put under pressure, turning quickly, trying to lay off. How there's not a shot on the end of that service from Avievu. That's why Phoenix doesn't have a goal so far tonight.
47th minute. Shihus, Emmers. Back to Shihus, the Saudi-born, German-raised center back for Phoenix Rising.
I need to ask him how that works. I wonder what his dad did. Probably oil. Safe bet.
Seems like it. Rakowski in the D. Marboy. 3 touches forward. To the far side. Rizzo, shy of the halfway line. Phoenix contempt to play out of the back right now. When these two teams met on May 28th in Sin City, it was a 1-0 decision on that day. Noble Akella with the goal in the 24th minute. Johnson with Emmers. Interplay again down the line. Ryan Flood into the box. Crosses it away way too high for anybody in the box. Johnson giving some claps up, but 3 Phoenix Rising players, Ryan, that could have had a shot on goal.
It's just poor service in the end from Ryan Flood, who does so well for what it's worth, creating that chance from scratch. He starts wide, he drifts in, ball comes to the feet of Johnson, who took up the wide space that Flood negated, and then they play a little 1-2. Flood to Johnson, and then getting it back into Ryan Flood's feet, and then just the final ball has to be better. 3 bodies in, not a ton of room to cross, but has to find a red shirt. Good pressure.
Pressure again from Phoenix. Sako played to the middle, and Orosa Reina able to punch, deflect, and collect.
It's a good crashing run from DJ. It's that back post to front post run that's caused Vegas trouble in this game tonight.
Pearson moving towards the center circle, left of center. Scoping some options.
You know, we were talking midweek, Joe Lowry and I, who does the TV analyst work for Phoenix. Tommy McNamara and Chris Pearson is an all-time thick boy USL double pivot. Those are 2 wide fellas in the middle park.
Pierce Rizzo nearly picking it off. Tommy Mack getting ahead to it. Flicked on ahead for Sean Smart, the former Clemson Tiger. Moving down, playing it through. Vegas crossing in near post. And Rakowski is able to collect. 49th minute, Phoenix 0, Vegas 0. 2 teams trying to knock on the door. 2 teams in need of 3 points. Rising with 3 points can get into the top 4. Now, obviously, a plethora of games tomorrow, but as it would be, should they get 3 points, they would be hosting a playoff game. For Vegas, it's just about getting close towards the playoff line.
Yeah, listen, we always talk about games in hand, I think, around most leagues in the world, and how that's an advantage. I think in the USL Championship, that's a disadvantage. You want to get points on the board early and have teams chase you because the quality of the league is so hit or miss, and it's such an interchanging league. Johnson had showed long, checked near, and Skeers had shoved it over the top. A little bit of an argument between the two. I'd be upset.
Herbert, the recipient of that miscommunicated ball. Pings one himself towards Nigro. Nigro plays it down the line. Gaines dancing his way, trying to get around Marboy, and Rakowski collects again.
Go on.
Fired out. Avievu. shy of the halfway line, right side.
I just love Mahir Vegas's ability to get bodies behind the ball. There's always been 7 or 8 blue shirts tucked in underneath, forcing Phoenix to play through them.
Emmers steps to the ball, puts his right foot out towards the right side. Sacco able to get control. Rizzo trying to overlap. He'll get control himself, cutting in towards the right of center. Emmers resets out to Sacco. 8 extended right side. Cut away by Nigro. Herbert, McNamara. Scooped out. Nifty move by McNamara. Still deep in their own half, Vegas. Played out Gaines. That's a good play. And Gaines with acres of space in front between Shias and Flood. Mackenzie Gaines slowing his run right now. Takes a shot and it dribbles wide right of goal.
It's well done defensively by Phoenix. Everybody in the league understands the scouting report on Mackenzie Gaines. Step over, get to his left, find the far post. And there it's JP Skeers using his body, forcing Gaines to the weaker right foot, and Mackenzie Gaines just doesn't have it as much with that right. We're going to stop play?
And a Vegas player is down.
For what? It's not a head injury. You don't have to stop play there.
Well, the player is down, seated on the pitch, just outside of Rising's box. And another call to the pitch for the athletic trainer Estefani de Santiago. While the player's getting tended to, let's send it down to Kevin Cardes.
Yeah, guys, we've seen in the second half, Ryan Flood get substituted onto the pitch, and he's somebody who's been very versatile over the last month, being able to play not just left back, but also as a center back. And we saw just on that play, the way that Ryan Flood tracks back on that back foot has gotten so much better in 2025, but it's what Phoenix needs because immediately Las Vegas looks like they've been shot out of a cannon for the second half. Phoenix needs to survive the next 15.
But Kevin, you lose some of the attacking stuff that Daniel Flores can provide, and you see that on the attacking sequence that Phoenix has with Flood. Yes, he creates the space and the chance in the first place, but in the final third, the end product doesn't happen there. That's the big trade-off there in that situation.
And that's probably where a late Colin Smith substitution comes into play, because right now you're playing with Pierce Rizzo and Ryan Flood. That's not too negative, but it's not too positive when it comes to driving the ball forward. Eventually, you need your progressive right back Colin Smith to re-enter the pitch, re-enter the fray, and move the ball forward, because that's what he's been really good at so far this year.
And
Kevin,
contrary to what popular belief might say, 2 negatives, they don't make a positive.
True fact.
No. Kevin, thank you. Colin Smith has not played since July 19th at El Paso in the Jägermeister Cup. Started as a right center back in that game. An entire fullback back line for Pamadou Kassai.
Was that Rizzo, Montgomery, Flood, Smith? Is that what it was?
Seems right. I think Quaisho might have been.
It might have been Quaisho. No, because Braxton played right back. Pierce Rizzo played in the midfield. So it was actually 5 fullbacks maybe.
Rizzo was playing 6 in that game, if I'm not mistaken.
It was always fullbacks. That's the one meme. The dude staring at planet Earth.
Ball back with Phoenix. Skeers, center circle. Left off Marboy. 54th minute, 0-0.
So this is good from Phoenix, reestablishing the rhythm. Kevin talked about how Las Vegas had come out of this half, shot out of a cannon, Rising settling it down a bit.
Cabral checking in, will take it himself, gliding in towards the box. Cabral shot able to be chested by Rosarena.
So really good hold from Raiko Rosarena. That ball bouncing awkwardly up towards his chin off the 6-yard box.
He's had to rekindle a lot of shots today, Rosarena. He's been troubled as he will go down.
So that ball bounces again. Remy Cabral shoots it. There's not a ton of venom on the strike, but the way it hits the ground, it's got a lot of front spin built up, and it just comes, bam, smack, chin. I wonder if he bit his tongue. Just kind of, you see that, you got your mouth open, you're trying to go get the ball, bang, closes right on you. Just kind of sting.
And again, Estefani de Santiago, Vegas' physio, she was actually tending to Mackenzie Gaines at the time, who is now gingerly walking back towards Vegas' bench. You've got one Vegas player warming up right now, Rory O'Driscoll from Minnesota.
I actually think it could be worse than Mackenzie Gaines. Could be the player they already substituted on.
That's true. That's Sean Smart, who was on the right, was brought onto the left. Either way, Devin Rensing making 2 changes right now for his squad. First one with Von Coville checking in.
And it's been a tough year for Sean Smart, who was such a superstar last year in that unbelievably gifted Vegas team led by Dennis Sanchez is this attacking right back. Only 1,000 minutes this year, dealt with injury problems early in the season.
So Koval, the first change. The second change, the Las Vegas Lights debut for Giorgio Probo, the Atalanta BC product.
Sure. One of Gennaro Nigro's good buddies. I'm sure Gianluca Neglia, the sporting director, who's got a lot of roots in Italy, knows the player well. Super curious to see his quality in the center of the park.
So here comes Vegas again. Leal taking it towards the midway point. Slid out towards the left side. Gaines crossing in, down low, cleared away by Marboy. Controlled by Rizzo, back towards the byline. Played into the box, but either way, free kick Phoenix.
Rizzo was fouled as he kicked that one up towards his own area. So Probo will come in. He will sit as this, number 8, number 10 hybrid, the connector. You think about Chris Hagart with Orange County a lot. Checking in, picking up the ball, looking on the half turn, keeping the ball tidy at his feet, but also head up on a swivel. That's what Giorgio Probo will provide for Las Vegas, and they need some of that verticality into this game. The player that can pick up the pocket and gain the ball for them.
So Probo checks in for Pearson. Throw in for Rising, far side, 57th minute. Still 0-0. What's it going to take for both sides to find that opening goal run?
Shots.
Fair.
They need to create chances. We've not seen anything in this second half, even worse than the first. For Phoenix, it's continuing that verticality look. We want to see more of that for Rising. I think genuinely for Las Vegas, Johnny Rodriguez making physical box runs and trying to pounce on the counterattack is what they want to see.
Herbert.
Win that ball.
McNamara does, though.
I think Yevu was so close to pressing it down. That's a heavy touch.
Heavy touch, won back by Rising. Johnson playing it towards Cabral, laying it off! And it's sent over by Emmers. He got control of the ball inside the D, took a one-time shot with his right foot, and it sailed 6-7 rows into the North Grandstand.
When you go to training and you're done with training and after the game, after the training session, you want to practice shooting, that's the sequence you practice. Ball into the striker's feet, laid back to you, sting it low, head down, body over the ball, drive it to a bottom corner. That's a ball Emmers should shoot 70 times a game, 70 times a day, I should say, in training. For the one ball he gets in the game, he needs to bury that. He just doesn't there.
A guy that's grown up around the sport. His father played in 2 World Cups for Belgium. He said that his father was never actually his head coach, playing at a young age, but he would still give some words of advice in the car on the way back home.
You think he knew what he was talking about? Papa Emmers?
I would probably think so.
I don't know, man. Seems skeptical
Hey, man,
to me.
the World Cup trophy's pretty big. Just saying.
Nah.
Ball played over the top, down the right, sent in Budati, chested down Rizzo. Rizzo cleared to the center circle. One touch by Sacco, and here comes Avievu, breaking loose. This is Hope Avievu, dancing around, played out towards Sacco, trying to get around. Cabral dancing, can't get it. Cabral in a tango with Nigro, and just couldn't find that final pass or shot, whatever he was looking for.
It's
Was
really,
deflected, corner kick Phoenix.
It's really good defensively from Gennaro Nigro Mahir. And that's the counter from Phoenix. One long ball, Rizzo playing it into the space, Sacco latching on, one touch, Avievu, 2v3, but Cabral doing a great job stretching wide, finding the space. First touch is heavy enough to find an attacking opportunity. It's just really good defending.
Another corner kick for Phoenix. No Daniel Flores. He was taken off at halftime. It will be his replacement, Ryan Flood, who will head over towards the far side corner flag. No Emi Quayshow on the bench for Phoenix Rising today. So Flood, the only like-for-like change for Pamadouka's side. 60th minute, yet to find a breakthrough. Flood backing up at the level of the video boards. Left hand down, left foot through the ball into the 6, cleared away by Rodriguez. Out to Rizzo. Out towards Avievu. Right side midway, trying to clip it towards the box. Cleared away by Vegas. All skittering its way through. Rodriguez trying to go on the counter. Skierce techering his way through. Avievu doing some techers of his own. Ref says get up. Game opening up, sides opening up, ball over the top, too far for Budati. A decent chance by Vegas's double pivot, another throw in, 60 minutes through.
I'm a little surprised we haven't seen anybody really warming up for Phoenix. I think they're all going to go warm up as if on cue, but Charlie Dennis is somebody that if he doesn't get more than 20 minutes in this kind of game where it is so spacious for the midfielders to try and attack and drive, and we've seen all of that all night, I'd say that's a miss from Pamadou Ka.
Budati towards the halfway line. Skier's heavy header down, too much for Emmers. It's just little passes like that, Ryan, that have kept Phoenix a little bit of disarray over the first, past few minutes.
Agreed. A little yawn in that agreed there, wasn't there?
Gartig on a 25-yard dribble. Ball towards Herbert. Right center, shy of the center circle, past the halfway line. Space for Budati. Couple of light touches, playing the ball through. Vegas again on the attack. Vegas player goes down, no foul called, and here comes Rising's chance. Avievu going through, left to center, past the halfway line.
Go on, DJ.
He's got an overlap with Johnson. Avievu crossing back, has to avoid the ref as well, along with Pearson, or rather Herbert, who is also guarding him.
That's exceptional 1v1 defense from Anthony Herbert.
Sacco on the ball, left center midway. Isan Sacco trying to tee up a shot. Sacco plays it out towards Avievu. Avievu, Skier's, Emmers, Flood, near side, plays it back towards Rising's half. 62nd minute, still a scoreless bout as Flood was clipped for a while, was limping a little bit as Probo probes his way towards Flood and is called for the free kick.
I hope Devin Rensing has a big bright smile on his face after that defensive sequence for Las Vegas Lights. It's just textbook on how you stop a counterattack, how you slow down a team's best player in space, shuttle him back, get your numbers behind.
Devin Rensing's opening quote was, "I always want our team to be high character, high energy. A high pressure attacking style of soccer." Been the other way around, a high pressure defending style of soccer on this Friday night as Phoenix and Vegas are scoreless.
He's just looking to establish his team, get this group tidily, so then he can advance onto the attacking principles that he so clearly is known for, Devin Rensing, who ran some of the attacking stuff for a very bright Charleston team over the last couple of seasons.
Emmers, Cabral calling for it. Decides to play it out left wing, Johnson.
Thank God Charlie Dennis is going to come into this game.
Johnson goes down right now. As Ryan mentioned, Charlie Dennis taking a few paces over towards Johnson, chatting with Emmers right now. Free kick for Phoenix.
For me, it's Remy Cabral coming out. You move Sacco to the number 9. You find a little bit more athleticism, a little more space, a little more free-flowingness in your front line. So you take Cabral, the number 9, out. You move Sacco off the right wing into that number 9 role. And then Charlie Dennis is the one who takes over that right wing spot. He can tuck in more. You can create kind of a box in midfield. Sacco can run wide. DJ can take the space on the other side. That's what I would do.
Avievu, the 10, playing it towards Cabral, who's taken down by Herbert. Cabral flailing, earns the free kick. 64th minute, and here's your change.
Remy Cabral did a great job with the Tom Hardy there. That's bait. He just drew the defender perfectly in. That's going to be the exact change that Phoenix makes.
A dramatic exit, if you will, for Remy Cabral. 12 goals all time for Phoenix Rising. Can't get 13 today. He'll be replaced by Charlie Dennis.
So he puts in a good shift, and he works and he works and he works both center backs off the ball tonight. Now it's about Charlie Dennis's quality. We saw that a ton in that road stretch in July. It needs to show up tonight for Phoenix Rising.
Chias, Flood off the turn, gives it off to Johnson, back to goal, double teamed. Vegas wins it back. McNamara, Herbert, Budati, some space to work with for him. Right wing, past the halfway line. picked off again. She has some space to work. Decides to play it towards Sacco, the new number 9. Sacco dancing around Herbert right in his grill. Able to take it back and get it past Avievu. Anthony Herbert patrolling the defense with gusto. On the ball right now, clipping it towards Johnny Rodriguez. Rodriguez in a foot race with Marboy. Marboy wins it.
It's much more like the Pop Marboy we've come to know in 18 months or so. The free safety of Phoenix Rising's back line. I would say it's been a mixture this year of the injuries, yes, but some of the confidence stuff that's come with the lack of playing time for Pop Marboy. The captain hasn't had it this year. You'd love to see him take advantage of Carl Saint's absence, as well as Carl Saint has played. You'd love to see him play more for Phoenix over this stretch, Pop Marboy.
No appearances for Marboy between April 26th and July 19th for a guy that was given the captain's armband at the beginning of the season. Rodriguez playing it through. Gaines giving some trouble. Gaines in the clear, saved by Rakowski. Played up in the air, brought down Leal. Trying to rush himself. Flood shielding it off, clearing it away. A throw in for Vegas. Patrick Rakowski making himself big.
Yeah, he was onside too. It was a great run from a wide space by Mackenzie Gaines. And just right into the box. Got wrong side of Rizzo. A little slow to react. The right back as Gaines pierced right through Rizzo and Pop Marboy. Rakowski quick out. Makes himself big like you're taught. Makes a great stop.
So it just spiraled out for a throw-in. It's going to be 5 yards away from the corner flag. Yunus Budati talking with the assistant referee on that side. Still getting things sorted out here. 67th minute, 0-0 between Phoenix and Vegas. The second meeting between these two sides this season. Phoenix took the first 1-0 on May 28th in Sin City. Does Vegas play deja vu, or does Rising get its first sweep of the season? Avievu shielding off the blue jerseys. Still on the attack though. Budati resets. McNamara just beyond the center circle. Poked away by Dennis. Sacco in the center circle, turning up pitch past the halfway line. Plays towards Avievu. Avievu can't get it off. Once again goes back to Vegas.
Good though from JP Skeers. Couldn't get on the end of that pass, but does a great job to swarm back, shield the player, and force Vegas backward to allow Rising to reset their resting defense.
Budati trying to get around DJ. Not happening. Gartig clipped up, chested down, out on the left side again. Nigro whips this in, headed up, high in the air by Shihus. Out of play, throw in Vegas. Rafael Shihus, robust on the back line. It's been the game of center back so far. Herbert, center circle. Short passes by Vegas. Probo, and back to the Trinidad International. Las Vegas Lights FC, a 3-game win streak in the month of June. That was pretty much it when it came to streaks, results or otherwise, for this team. Trying to get something new with Devin Rensing. Right now in the box, playing in towards that right wing. It's cleared away by a backtracking DJ. Corner kick for Vegas. .9 minutes through. No goals yet. From a 30th in Washington, if I'm not mistaken, Ryan, has not seen a scoreless draw this year.
That's correct. Phoenix has had far and few between anywhere they've been this year.
Corner taken short. Out on the near side, whipped in, back post, headed away. Either way, a free kick. Charlie Dennis in defense, shoved from behind near his middle back. Downstairs to Kevin.
Yeah, that was a heroic save about 5 minutes ago from Patrick Burakovsky. I don't know how many times we knew that he would be the hero in 2025, but man, he has stepped up in big, big moments. That punch out, that save was the moment of the game. Phoenix was so close to it being 1-0 Vegas. Instead, because of Burakovsky, it stays at 0-0.
Similar situation today, Kev.
I think the biggest thing that I'd say is for Burakovsky stepping up after the game that he played last week as well. That's a really rough showing. He's probably got to feel like the primary culprit for the 3-all against El Paso a week ago, and to come up, make a big save, and you've still got 20 more minutes behind your back, but you got a chance. This is around when El Paso scored their first.
Burakovsky in his own box. Marboy lofted over. Avievu calls for it, brings it down with his right foot. Short clip to Flood. Flood back to Shihus. Shihus out to Flood, the Tempe native. Loses his footing, but is able to win a throw-in. Gets the ball back from Pamadou Ka. Jacket off, but still in the black t-shirt, black pants, black and white shoes for the Phoenix Yaffer.
It's great for
1-2 with Sacco. Avievu bustling forward, stops his run, plays it out. Johnson, edge of the box, taken down. No whistle. No whistle called for Johnson and Rising. And the crowd voices their opinion. Emmers on the other side takes down Rory O'Driscoll, freshly checked in for Vegas. That's a free kick.
The referee, Christian Campo Hernandez, gets the non-foul on Darius Johnson. Spot on. DJ's already slipping when the hands come to his back, and that's where the foul, at least is to the crowd, at least assessed. But with Johnson already falling, already flailing, it's an easy decision, I think, in the end for the referee.
72nd minute, 0-0 between Phoenix and Vegas. Two teams separated by roughly 200 miles. 4.5 hours, if you will, driving-wise. A rivalry, if you will, in the Western Conference. A lot of teams close to driving distance with Phoenix. Dennis nearly collides with Leal. Played out to the left. McNamara. Played out to Herbert, just beyond the halfway line. Sent out right wing, immediately towards Pamadou Ka. Another throw-in for Phoenix. Paul showing some urgency on that sideline, though, Ryan.
So.
Immediately got it, trying to get it towards Flood. And overcooked the pass.
I'd hope so, man. This team needs it. That's an easy handball.
Avievu.
Whoa! What is he doing? What is Hope doing there? He just put his hands on the referee. He's lucky he's not sent. It's just silly. Yes, it's a handball on him. Yes, you can argue it. You can't take two hands and convey your messaging to the official. And now he's continuing to talk. Don't get a second one here, Hope. Goodness.
Hope Avievu with already one red card in the season. It was late in stoppage time against Oakland. Phoenix was leading that game, ended up winning that game. But Rising needs their number 10 on the pitch.
Yeah.
74th minute, Provo flings it forward, cleared away by Rising. Another throw in Vegas, right wing midway. Bunch of matches tomorrow. Phoenix Rising will be on their couches looking to see where their placement will be at the end of this match week in the USL Championship. Multiple games after this. Trip to Sacramento next week, and then another 3-match homestand. Trying to make the most of their time in the Valley. Herbert, center circle. Avievu close to him. Ball played over the top. Nobody there but Burakovsky. '75th minute. Still scoreless. Mihirson Hassan, Ryan Sikora, Kevin Cardez on the sideline, our audio engineer Sammy O'Brien. Glad that you could tune in on this Friday night here on Rising Radio and KDUS AM 1060. Marboy, Schihos. Flood's calling for it. Arms outstretched on the near side touchline. He's not getting it. Marboy instead plays it right of center. Can't find Emmers. Dennis trying to check in towards the ball. Goes flying. And a yellow card comes out of Christian Campo Hernandez's pocket.
That's the abrasiveness that Charlie Dennis can provide to a game. Stepping in, searching, demanding for the ball. And as he steps in, he's just tripped up.
Interesting play from that left wing for Vegas. Mackenzie Gaines out Stefan Stojanovic, and that was the case 5 minutes ago.
They brought in Rory O'Driscoll as well, who's not had a touch really, it feels like.
Back with Vegas again. Colville protruding forward. He was the one with the yellow card. Loses possession. Story of the game so far, Ryan.
JP Skeers lost it. He was lucky he was able to physically find it and run it back. And he gives the ball away again on just a simple touch pass for Aviyevu's run.
Ball played through. A chance here for Vegas. Stumbling around into the box. Shot wide left. A dangerous zip on the ball. Rory O'Driscoll entering the 18 and just sent it wide left to Rakowski. 77th minute, still 0-0.
You lose the ball, you have to react. You have to close down the middle of the pitch. Phoenix refusing to do so there. It should be 1-0. Gosh, I mean, that's the difference right now, I think, with this team here at this point in time. Those little moments where Phoenix Rising doesn't quite get it correct defensively. They just switch off for a moment. And again,
back with Probo, playing it forward again. Back in towards the box. Rakowski clears it away this time, unencumbered. Probo again, trying to maneuver his way through.
It's tight.
Gets it to Budati. Playing into the midway. Avievu gets a touch to it.
Does nobody know how to pass the ball correctly? It's another misplayed pass. Budati has to be able to find that ball at the feet. Schihos is stretching, feeling himself. I think he's hurt.
And he is.
And this was what I was worried about coming into this one today. You've got a 35-year-old who hasn't had a true preseason. I think he was just about to come out of this game anyway. Yeah, he was going to be the replacement for Colin Smith regardless. But he just could not go any further. Gave him as much as he could, I think, tonight, Rafa Schihos, in his first Phoenix Rising start, but he was a couple of weeks away from probably being truly fit enough to go a full 90, and because of the red card last week to Asenge and Saints International duty, he had to go a lot longer than you'd want him to.
Emmers will also head off for Darius Formella, the man you wanted in this match, Ryan. Going back to Schihos, again, a guy with MLS experience, but hasn't been on a team since December of last year.
No, he got cut, and he wasn't playing a ton down the tail end last year for Chicago. He was a mainstay in the lineup last year at the beginning of the season, then he got hurt, and then it all started to unravel for the one-time Fire captain. It's a good showing today. He does all he can. He dictates the tempo best he can. They'll be very happy in the Phoenix dugout with his showing.
A solid showing for Schihos for a dilapidated Phoenix Rising side. Calvin Arase out of this match, wasn't on the bench either, despite his 2 assists and a starting role against El Paso.
Yeah, it seemed like he had picked up a little bit of a knock last week, so DJ is going to have to go the full. Formella came in, and they've sent Sacco Mahir right back out to that right side. So Formella's the number 9 for Phoenix. I almost would have preferred to see Sacco stay there, Formella go off the left, and DJ go off the right. They like some of Formella's hold-up play, his timely runs in the box. They'll look to use it.
Here comes Avievu, left wing, midway, searching for a long ball. Holding it right now, just flicks it back towards Skiers. Skiers plays it towards Rizzo. On the right wing, Phoenix. Dennis forced to track back. Back to the center circle, Colin Smith in the left center back role right now. He'll take some touches forward. Avievu in the midway. Emmers still 30 yards away from goal, Phoenix. Looking for some sort of chance
Just get it to Charlie's feet. Let him do what he wants. He's the star man at this point in the game. Avievu's great, but Charlie Dennis has been the difference maker. Final 15 minutes of games down the stretch for Phoenix.
Here's Smith trying to dance his way through. Goes down. Again, no foul. Here comes Vegas. Leal picking his head up, lofting it over towards the left of center. O'Driscoll getting some touches, trying to get around Marboy. O'Driscoll goes down outside the box. No whistle there. Fouls denied on both sides of the pitch.
It's a really professional pair of no calls, too, from the referee. Smith, that's all ball. Colin Smith does a great job driving forward. It's a really good challenge in the other direction. A little soft for me. Potmore Boys' challenge is there, but certainly on the softer side. Good job keeping them playing.
81st minute, 0-0. Ball played through in towards the middle. Rakowski sliding in along with Vegas.
Yeah.
Free kick given.
Sure.
Yellow card as well for Rory O'Driscoll. Talked about him earlier. Quiet for a while. 45 minutes in, 8 for 8 on duels against Lexington last week.
But again, it's the center of the pitch for Phoenix. Defensively, they lose the ball. Darius Johnson shouldn't have to be the one tracking back in that center of the park. Yes, J.P. Skierce's shaded ball side as they lose it, so he has to do a little more ground coverage than he'd like. But Colin Smith's slow to get back, as you'd expect him to, fresh off fitness. You have to advise your center backs. Go on a run if you see it, but your job is to be the center back in this game the rest of the way for Phoenix. You cannot lose this one. 0-0 is fine. It's not great, but it's certainly better than a loss.
Given away by DJ, who's currently playing left back. As it's won back again by Vegas. McNamara going forward, sliding around. J.P. Skierce went flying. Again, a clean challenge. Ball goes out on the nearby line. No signal yet, but it will be a goal kick for Phoenix. Kevin, what do you have for us?
With the substitution of Colin Smith, there's an obvious direction change for Phoenix, that it's go forward. But like Ryan said, the center backs on the pitch need to know if the run is there, sure, take it, but you have to be able to sit on your heels and be in the right place defensively. Right now, the middle of the pitch is being battered by Las Vegas, and eventually Patrick Rakowski is going to get caught off his line or not be able to be a hero over and over and over again. Do your goalkeeper a favor, but do the entire team a favor and stay in your spot, because right now Phoenix is getting dangerously close to conceding a goal, and right now one might be enough to take 3 points for the visitors.
What do Smith and Formella need to change, if you will, as another turnover happens?
Well, Formella is a complete 9 change because he's going to hold up play, and that's what Phoenix hasn't been doing through the first 70 or 80 minutes now. Nobody's holding up. They're trying to get something off the counter and in transition. Formella's going to chest the ball down, hold the run of play, and allow the wingers to flow forward and create something on their own. Not just Hope Avievu making a daring run down the middle and trying to find a random option. Formella will stop the ball, hold the run of play, and allow them to get a quality chance if that moment arises for Phoenix.
Kevin, we thank you. The offset of Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. You're listening to the Phoenix Rising Radio Network. 83 minutes, it's scoreless. Vegas has a free kick. Left wing, a one-man wall for Phoenix. Attacking line set right at the 18-yard box. Christian Campo Hernandez blowing his whistle. Once again going into the group, making sure everything is set right now.
He doesn't love the hands on the set pieces. He's been a little more of a stickler for that than most this year. Not that that's a bad thing. It's just a personal preference.
Yeah. That's what we're doing right now.
Played short. On the far side, down towards the byline. Dancing around the left wing. Out of play, goal kick, Rakowski. For what it's worth, Ryan, it's been a while since Phoenix has had a clean sheet.
I like that. We'll spin that for a second. I like that. I don't know if it's been tonight because their defense has been fantastic for what it's worth. That might be on the negative side of things, sure.
Skierce, ball given up, back towards Vegas, in the box, shot deflected. Back out it goes, O'Driscoll lining up, lasers a shot, and it just goes high. Vegas banging on the door, a laceration inches high of the crossbar.
What a special block from Potmore Boy, who's on the ground feeling it, but he probably heard me there saying the defense was probably not the reason this game was scoreless. Potmore Boy steps in, denies what would have been a clear-cut goal. for Las Vegas Lights. And then the secondary effort from Rory O'Driscoll. Just a stinging strike, as Mahir put it. It's a super hit. How are we still 0-0 in this kind of a game?
Marboy continuing to remain down right now. Phoenix has made 4 changes so far. Vegas has made all 5, starting off in the 26th with Knight Pickering coming out for Sean Smart.
Well, who's left for Phoenix? Tristan Henry? You want to put him in at center back?
Why not?
No. I know exactly why not. He's a goalkeeper. You've got Anthony Capatillo that you could throw on there, Alex Balanzar de la Cruz, two academy kids. But then what's your change, right? Is it dropping Flood in as a center back next to Smith, who slides in to be the left back? Maybe it's playing Skeers as a center back and throwing Balanzar de la Cruz in there. That's probably what I would say. But then who do you drop in as the 6? Avievu, Dennis, and Alex Balanzar de la Cruz all on the pitch at the same time. Got no bite to it. Dennis is probably the best 6 out of the bunch. They need Marboy to continue and finish this game, much like they needed him to the last game. It's a loud train. Conductor's having a good night.
Trying to bring some much needed energy to the second half. 87th minute, 0-0 between Rising and Vegas. Phoenix Rising, we've talked about tiebreakers last week with El Paso currently 3rd in the West. Another chance next week against Sacramento, who's 2nd. This isn't a 6-pointer for Phoenix, it is for Vegas. But the West, as we've seen it this year, has been convoluted.
This is a Phoenix free kick. Yeah, playing on the ground. You don't see that a lot at the professional level.
Free kick taken short.
Marboy is back on for what it's worth.
Smith, Marboy, Flood. Trying to play it down. Johnson gets a touch to it, trying to play it back, deflected. Another throw in for Ryan Flood right now. Left wing, halfway line. Ball in his left palm, popping it down towards Johnson. Johnson again double teamed. Skeers tries to get to it. Leal dancing around on that wing, make that the touch line. Collides with Johnson, free kick Phoenix. Free kick was going to be taken short, and now Christian Campo Hernandez will bring it back. Flood sets it down. We continue on. '88th minute, 0-0 between Phoenix and Vegas. Rising drew to this team last year in Nevada, lost 2-1. Are actually up 1-0 going into stoppage time, then conceded 2 goals.
Is that the Rocco game?
That is,
just
yes.
blew up. Yeah, it's terrible.
More importantly, Duty and Ngondo, the 2 players that scored for Vegas, not playing today.
No longer with the team.
Noble Okello, the hero from the last game, also unavailable due to yellow card accumulation. Smith plays it over the top, searching for Sacco. It's too far. Throw in. 89th minute. Both teams still knocking on the door. 0.19 expected goals for Rising, 0.64 for Lights. Budati crosses the timeline, right wing. Stopped by Johnson momentarily. Plays it back. One-time passes from both sides. Marboy controls, plays it back to Rakowski.
I don't know if in the end it's going to be Phoenix's night. It'll take something magical. There's enough players with quality out there for Phoenix Rising. Avievu and Dennis and Johnson and Sacco.
Flood dribbling, trying to feed towards Johnson. Down towards Avievu. Avievu trying to play it back. Johnson just able to get up, but hobbling, bent over again. We've seen Johnson in that state over the past 60, 70 minutes or so. Free kick, Phoenix.
He's done a great job of just fighting through a lot in this game.
15 seconds before second half stoppage time. Marboy back to Rakowski beyond his box. Phoenix Rising again trying to improve from last season. They didn't do too much overall. 1.24 points per match. That's 1.32 going into today. 6 minutes of stoppage time in this scoreless bout from Phoenix.
I would have thought there would have been less than that.
Throw-in will be taken back towards the right wing. Back at the halfway line, Budati will trot back towards his coach's box. Devin Renzing still giving some pointers, trying to find somebody to check into this ball. Lofted down the near side. Ball play with O'Driscoll. Pressured by Skiers from behind. Free kick, Vegas. O'Driscoll wanted to take it, and now Budati will be the one to get it. Avievu backing away from the ball. Rightfully so. He's already got a yellow card today. Ball sent out towards the right. Nigro, the captain, towards the left of center midway. Ball still in play for both sides.
Such a good challenge.
Played in Budati. Ball played through in towards the box. Rakowski scoops it up, immediately sends it out to Rizzo. Vegas has been the team knocking more than Phoenix over the past 20-30 minutes. Neither team has found an opener. 2nd minute of second half stoppage time. Avievu curls it towards Johnson. Wonky pass, but it gets towards the Grenada either way. Back heel by Johnson, nifty. Avievu tried to do the same. It's a free kick for Phoenix, and Rory O'Driscoll has landed himself in the book.
That's all about Hope Avievu in that space. Rory O'Driscoll is sliding before Hope Avievu has hit that space. Avievu recognizing in the moment, I need to go in, and I think Rory O'Driscoll's just been sent off, or is that somebody else?
I think he has.
A red card came out, mouthing off, perhaps. Wow. Tommy McNamara is going to come over and have a conversation with the referee.
So Driscoll with a short pull / holding.
No, it was a challenge. Didn't they say, did you see him touch his shirt? He's sliding challenge Avievu. That's how he got the yellow card.
Yeah.
If you saw him grabbing the shirt of the referee, that's certainly a yellow.
Yeah.
That's what Avievu got. That's just so stupid.
So Rising now up a man with roughly 4 minutes to go in this game. Charlie Dennis to take this free kick with his left foot, standing roughly 3 yards behind it. Attacking line for Phoenix, 13 yards away from Raiko Arosarena in goal. Whistle blows. Dennis pips it into the box, deflected, and it rolls past everybody. Out to Rising's right wing. It will be a throw-in deep in the attacking third.
Just nobody watching the ball for Phoenix. Looks like Anthony Capetillo is going to come into this game.
Sacco will pick the ball up, right wing, parallel with the 6-yard box. Drops it down towards Rizzo. Rizzo to Marboy.
So Anthony Capetillo scored the penalty in the big game, that final penalty in the Jaeger Cup win over El Paso. He's one of the youngest players to play for the club.
Into the box, over Avievu. Johnson brings it down, dancing towards the byline. Johnson into the middle. No handball called. Avievu down towards Dennis. Dennis knocked away. Out on the right, cleared away by Patrick Leal, the Portuguese. Colin Smith reverting back in defense, earns a free kick for Rising. Pamaduka again scrambling towards the ball. And now we will see Capetillo check in.
Yeah, Hope couldn't go anymore. Hope Avievu's off. He couldn't do anything else. They swap it last second? No, they've just taken 2 players off. Rizzo was the informed substitution. Avievu thought he was coming off. Now Avievu's back on the pitch.
Formella touch. Dennis cross in towards the back post. Arosarena sees it out.
So Hope Avievu couldn't really go anymore. He thought he had been taken off. Pierce Rizzo on the far side was taken off. And then Hope Avievu just walked back onto the pitch right in front of Las Vegas. If Phoenix had found the back of the net there, Las Vegas would have been very upset. And they show the substitution one more time.
So it is Pierce Rizzo off, Anthony Capatillo on. A change of the academy players for Phoenix Rising. 5 minutes through second half stoppage time, 0-0. Arozarena skies this over towards the left wing and gives it straight back towards Phoenix.
You've got the last chance if you're Rising.
Roughly a minute to go potentially. Rakowski will receive the throw-in. Plays it out towards Flood. Flood, left center, midway, approaching the halfway line. Flood, Smith, Marboy, just past the halfway line, lofts it in towards the box. Avievu trying to get to it, he can't. Bodies flying, Skierce able to retrieve it, sends it out right side. Sacco sends it in, Avievu can't get to it. Hard clearance by Nigro. Corner kick for Phoenix, far touchline, perhaps the last kick of the match.
Have their chance. Send Flood into the box at this point, why not?
That's what Rakowski's telling him. Flood right now in the midway point as Dennis will get this ball.
You don't need Flood and Avievu at the top of the box right here. Somebody, and Smith. This is silly. Colin Smith, go get stuck in, go get the ball. Go.
As that's happening, Campo Hernandez again trying to talk to Capatillo, trying to wade this one through. A quartet of Rising players towards the back post. Marboy, Skierce, Formella, Sacco. Dennis, shoulders square, hands on his hips, still awaiting the whistle. Now he'll get control of the ball, take some steps back. In the 6th minute of second half stoppage time, Dennis swings this in, punched up in the air by Arozarena, collides with Skierce, and that will do it.
Oh my God. Oh, Arozarena's down, Skierce is down. That was a ugly collision. Probably as good a time as ever to blow the final whistle.
Raiko Arozarena coming off his line, a two-handed punch to the ball, got a piece of it. JP Skierce crashing in from the other side, trying to get ahead to it. They both collide. Skierce is up, accompanied by Smith and others. Raiko Arozarena, who, as it is right now, will get his 2nd consecutive clean sheet, still remains down. A messy game with a messy finish.
But a clean sheet for Phoenix. First in a couple months. Again, it's going to sound harsh tonight for Phoenix Rising. This is a game they should have won. They didn't necessarily create the chances to do so, but they gave Las Vegas every inch in this one. I think there will be a bitter taste in both sides' mouth. We'll have a little bit more of it to break down, sure, but just one of those nights where the entertainment was a little lacking and nobody could quite find that extra edge of difference.
So Phoenix Rising ends its 3-match homestand with 5 points. A win against Colorado Springs, a draw against El Paso, and a draw tonight. Stay tuned, folks. The Phoenix Rising postgame wrap-up presented by Crown Public House is coming up in a few moments right here on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network and KDUS AM 1060.
You're listening to Rising Radio, home of the 2023 USL Champions.
Bliss and a burst of red smoke. Phoenix Rising, our home. Welcome to 38th and Washington.
Stick around for more as our broadcast continues.
Join in on the Sports Zoo on your ride home from work with Dave Rooster Bierstein. Join Rooster as he lays down what's happening around sports and makes it clear what's on his mind.
Oh my.
Catch the day's craziest stories and some of the latest numbers from the sports books across the valley. The Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a wild option.
Weekdays 5 to 6 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. Attention all clones. The Jim Rome Show is here for you every day here on KDUS AM 1060.
Lots to get done. Welcome to the program.
Listen in as Rome dives into the biggest sports headlines of the day. From final scores, player contracts and trades, team prospects, and even a spicy take or two. The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. every weekday here on KDUS AM 1060.
That's the trick.
Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app. James Out West, your home for sports down here in the desert. Join James and Pat the Stat Guy as they recap the weekend and dive deep into the numbers for the NFL, NBA, college sports, and more.
That's 5 seasons of 1,200 yards.
Player stats, team numbers, and contracts are just the start of the discussion for James and Pat.
He started 815 career games. He threw 749 complete games.
There's no hiding when it comes to stats. It's James Out West every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. Each day at work just dragging on. Get your sports fix on the lunch break. Join Chris Schubert and producer Evan live as they give their local perspective on the world of sports. Baseball, football, and basketball. Everything has a home on their plate. It's the lunch break with Chris Schubert, live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060, on the KDUS 1060 app, and KDUS 1060 on YouTube.
Buying a house can seem almost impossible, especially today. But with the right agent in your corner, it makes the challenge seem effortless. Hi, I'm Connor Cochran with Good Oak Real Estate, your go-to agent in the Valley. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Because finding the perfect home shouldn't be stressful, it should be exciting. Call 480-688-3200 today. Again, that's 480-688-3200. Let's have the conversation.
Hey Phoenix Rising fans, this is Discount Tire, your hometown tire retailer and trusted partner on the road for over 65 years. We know it can be overwhelming when buying tires, but we're here to help. Our online tire buying guide, Treadwell, makes finding the right tires simple. Just plug in your vehicle, location, and driving habits, and Treadwell will give you unbiased, personalized recommendations based on your needs, not based on price. Inviting, easy, and safe. Just how tire buying should be. Shop tires with Treadwell at discounttire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
Time for one last kick of the ball on tonight's match. It's Rising Radio postgame wrap-up on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Nil-nil at 38th and Washington for the first time this season. Phoenix Rising picking up a point, albeit scoring no goals. Now here's Hassan, Ryan Sikora, Kevin Cardez will join us in a few moments. Ryan, as much as we like to talk about Phoenix, their inability to get into the attacking third, get some meaningful chances, they still did create a good rhythm overall.
They had plenty of the ball. I would argue too much of it. If you had told me coming into this game Phoenix had 62.6% possession, which is the number they ended with, I would have told you Rising would have struggled to create. Typically, the counter of that is the truth, correct? Where if you have more of the ball, you should be creating more. Now with this Phoenix team, it's not to say that they need to have 35% of the ball, but a healthy balance of risk-taking and turning the ball over to create direct chances is where Phoenix can thrive. Las Vegas correctly understood that. Absorbed the pressure, let them have the ball, forced Phoenix to try and break them down, and while there were some really bright moments, I thought in some of the interchange with Isan Sacco, with Hope Avieva, with Darius Johnson at times, especially with Daniel Flores in the first half for Phoenix, it ultimately just wasn't creative enough for how much they had the ball. They played darn near 500 passes, 450 of them accurately, yet they only played 90 of those 500 in the final third tonight. That's the difference. They could not break down Las Vegas in the middle portion of the pitch. They could not get into the attacking third to create meaningful enough chances at a consistent enough rate.
0.19 expected goals for Phoenix, 0.64 for Vegas.
It's not good enough. It's just not going to be good enough on a night like this. A team like Vegas that is rounded into form here defensively, you just absolutely have to create more chances. Half chances be damned. I don't care. get the ball in the box, make something happen. You have a busy number 9 in Remy Cabral. That was the right call from jump from Coach Ka, but they're just away from the 18-yard box. If you look at their touch map, if you look at the heat map for Phoenix, it's not enough. There's so much in the middle third of the pitch, box to box. They have so much of the ball, middle sector of the field, not getting it wide enough, not getting it to their elite playmakers enough tonight. That's been so successful for Rising the last 2 or 3 games, and that's why they can't create enough chances tonight. The signs are there for this Phoenix team. They just weren't there tonight.
Phoenix, again, holding 62.6% possession. Vegas, 37.4. A lot of challenges overall for both sides. JP Skiers, your player to watch going into this one. And again, it felt like Phoenix Rising had some sort of possession overall. They had some sort of gusto, but then again, take a look at these passing accuracies. 74.4% in the final third for Rising, 67.1% for Vegas. And opposition half, 76.5 Phoenix, 74.3 Las Vegas. It's not good enough.
Rising had nearly twice as much of the ball, Mahir, as Las Vegas, and yet the touches in the opposition box are too similar for me. The final third entries, too similar for me. Phoenix dominated this game in passages, in portions, but could not quite dominate the game in the places on the pitch where they need to dominate to create enough chances to score goals. Yes, they create enough, and I guarantee you, and he's right about this when he says it, Pamadou Khan, the post-media press conference, will say, we created the opportunities tonight to score goals, and sure, they definitely should have, but you can't create 4 or 5 chances and expect to consistently score 2 or 3 to put a team to bed, and that might have been what it took tonight. Yes, on paper it only needed 1. This felt like a game where if Rising scores, Las Vegas would have scored, and it was the fine margins of this one tonight. We can talk a little bit more about the defensive stuff as this one rolls on, but I just wanted to start with the attacking end because that's where Rising needed to get this game right tonight, and they could not quite get there in the end.
0-0 between Phoenix and Vegas when it's all said and done. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from assistant coach Darnell King, along with our sideline reporter Kevin Cardaz. Stay tuned, folks. You're listening to the Phoenix Rising Radio Network's post-game wrap-up presented by Crown Public House.
Suzuchuku's in. Arteaga!
You're listening to Rising Radio, home of the 2023 USL champions.
Bliss and a burst of red smoke. Phoenix Rising, our home. Welcome to 38th and Washington.
Stick around for more as our broadcast continues.
Join in on the Sports Zoo on your ride home from work with Dave Rooster Bierstein. Join Rooster as he lays down what's happening around sports and makes it clear what's on his mind.
Oh my.
Catch the day's craziest stories and some of the latest numbers from the sports books across the valley. The Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
I think that's kind of a wild option.
Weekdays 5 to 6 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. Attention all clones. The Jim Rome Show is here for you every day here on KDUS AM 1060.
Lots to get done. Welcome to the program.
Listen in as Rome dives into the biggest sports headlines of the day. From final scores, player contracts and trades, team prospects, and even a spicy take or two. The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. every weekday here on KDUS AM 1060.
That's the trick.
Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
This is the Rising Radio post-game wrap-up on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
0-0 between Phoenix Rising and Las Vegas Lights FC for a Phoenix Rising side, wrapping up a 3-match homestand here at 38th and Washington. Me, Kirsten Hassan, Ryan Sikora back with you, joined by Phoenix Rising assistant coach Darnell King. Coach, thank you for joining us. First question for you, what were your overall thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I thought we had some early opportunities in the first half, we could have taken, but it didn't happen, and then the game kind of turned into a bit of a lull. They were a bit of a transition team. They looked like they were trying to slow the pace and just kind of earn the point at some moments. Patrick came up with a big save for us there, and then obviously the red card, we needed to turn it on in that moment. But yeah, I think it's just taking those chances when they come.
In a game like this, Coach, sorry, Mahir, when you have so much of the ball and you're looking to break down that mid to low block, what's the secret there in terms of trying to create the chances in these moments?
Yeah, I think in any league in the world, I think if you move the ball and kind of lull a team to sleep, somebody's going to have a mental lapse and you'll find a breakdown. But you kind of have to be patient and urgent at the same time. So it's a bit of change of tempo of the ball speed. Make sure that you're moving the team, and then hopefully you find that opportunity to break. But you have to have the intention to do it in the right moments.
When you have those lulls and mental lapses, as you mentioned, it's important to have center backs like Shius and Pop Marboy. Again, two guys that are trying to get their feet under them, try to get to full availability in terms of fitness. What were your thoughts on that pairing tonight?
Yeah, I think it was pretty good. Rafa's a very experienced professional, so he was very vocal tonight in keeping the boys in line. And I think that helps the younger players, such as Pop, right next to him. So it kind of guided him along the way, kept him, in order. And there were some moments where they had to come up big, and you saw Pop save one with his left foot, and that's what you have when you bring players like that.
It felt like Rafa gave you about all he could tonight there at the end, just coming to the ground. There was some talk this week about him getting in and maybe the center backs being absent and stuff like that. You look at what he got from him today and maybe peer into the future and say, hey, now we've got maybe 3 or 4 really confident center backs in terms of what this group now has.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what you want out of your players. You want them to give as much as they can, and obviously we do the managing side on the other bit, but yeah, it's good to have those numbers and see the quality obviously from him tonight, and yeah, it's good to have those options when the other ones come back.
Final question for you. Again, wrapping up a 3-game homestand tonight, going to Sacramento next week to take on a Republic side currently second in the West. How does this team get out of this lull that you guys were in tonight?
Yeah, no, I think as you move on to the next one, obviously, and all my years of playing against Sac, it's a fortress. You go there, but anything can happen on these days, and we're going to go there and focus on the next week, make sure we sharpen our things up that we needed to do better tonight, and get prepared for them. I mean, obviously, you've seen what can happen in this league. You go in anywhere and you play and you can win. Doesn't matter if it's home or away. So we're going to prepare and go there and obviously try and get our 3 points.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Cheers, guys.
That was Darnell King, assistant coach of Phoenix Rising, after a 0-0 draw on this Friday night, as Kevin Cardez will get the headset. It's always interesting to take a look at a match like this. Two teams that want to try to get something. Again, played a sloppy match back in May. Kevin, it's interesting that Darnell talked about the lull, because it definitely seemed like that at least from up here, and it seemed like that down on the pitch too.
It seemed just lackluster and lethargic. And I think that this is a team that has routinely gone through okay, there's enough people on the pitch that are professional, and there's enough guys that we think are going to play, perhaps if we make the playoffs, in that starting 11 or be on the active bench, right, whether it's on the road or at home. So this is the gel period. And then a few guys go down. And it's like, okay, well, we just need to get through that and have those guys come back, and then we're going to be able to gel. And then they sign someone new, and now it's, okay, now he has to gel and we need to gel, and eventually we're out of gel, right? And we're running out of time slowly. As the schedule slowly comes to a close, you run out of that, okay, we can figure this out, because it's not figure it out time, it's go time. And if you're not going, you're just staying. And right now with the Western Conference, staying isn't enough. The table is so compact, and the table is so close from team to team that you cannot stay put and expect to make the playoffs, whether home or away right now. You need points, you need results, and right now draws are probably not enough, so you need to figure it out. That being said, they're also at the downfall of, as we get towards the back part of this schedule, especially here in the last 7 or 8 games, they play a lot of Eastern Conference teams. There's not a lot of time to make up ground on Western Conference teams because you've already played a lot of them. You have a chance to get the tiebreaker against New Mexico and San Antonio. Those are big games, and so is Sacramento, but when you play Loudoun at home, those 3 points are objectively less valuable than the 3 points we just watched get played for against Vegas. These are the games that you need to win, and every time you draw or lose a game that you need to win, in air quotes, it just gets a little tougher to see the playoff picture.
It's continually constricting in the Western Conference is the way I would describe it, right? You look at the way it's gone, and that's a good point about the Eastern Conference thing, Kevin. To me, on the performance side of things, we talk about the speed of play. Darnell has a good quote about that, where you need to break a team down by slowing it down and then breaking and then speeding it up. To me, that's the attacking stuff. Defensively tonight, yes, they keep a clean sheet, and I think on the surface you can look at that and have a smile on your face, but if you watched the game, it didn't feel like Phoenix kept a clean sheet. It felt like Las Vegas didn't score.
It feels like Las Vegas didn't score, and I think that you can really chalk up some of it to the fact that, hey, Rafa just made his first start, and Colin Smith had to play center back, and Pop Marboy at one point had to exit to the side, and then he was a little hobbled for the rest. You lost Daniel Flores to injury, but how many times can we say that? I go back to the gelling period. You're running out of time to make things click and have things work and work out the problems, because the problems right now are just so much more dire than they were a month ago or even 2 weeks ago or just a week ago, when you had points in hand against a Western Conference team that you needed to beat, and you drop 3 goals, and then suddenly you draw and you drop 2 points. These are the moments, these are the times, these are the games that matter so, so much, not just to the playoff picture, but to the team, and especially the fans, the people who come out to Dollar Beer Night, the people who come and sit in the bleachers and sit in the seats and go to the Bandito section and sit in the away end. These are the games that matter. So you have to hope they win in Sacramento, but you hope that when they come back and they play Loudoun at home in about 14 days, that they win that one too, not just for the team, but for the people that sit in the seats and sell the tickets, because that is what's most important right now.
So that will do it from 38th and Washington, a Dollar Beer Night that ends out in a draw for Phoenix Rising against Las Vegas Lights FC, who is still towards the bottom of the Western Conference. They get out of that basement spot, but still below the playoff line. For Rising, they still remain in 5th, with Lexington SC getting a win over North Carolina earlier today. That will do it from our coverage. We'll talk to you next week from Sacramento for a rematch of the 2023 Western Conference Final. For now, for our engineer, Sammy O'Brien, our sideline reporter, Kevin Cardez, and my analyst, Ryan Sikora, I'm Mahirson Hassan saying so long, good night, and stay safe from Phoenix, where Rising gets a scoreless draw against Vegas.